Hi, y'all. We are here. Burned out. That's kind of how I'm feeling today. Seriously. But tonight's show, that's what it's about. Burned out, extremely exhausted and fatigued. And we're gonna talk about it because we are live in the living room tonight, y'all. Let's go. I'm a filmmaker. I've worked in film, video, and television for over 30 years. I took a little break, but now I'm back. Hello, welcome to another edition of Art Imitates Life with me, Tanya Dixon. I'm trying to be all hyped right now because it has been that kind of a week. And so the subject matter tonight is absolutely right on time. Wait a minute now. I hear myself over in this other monitor, so I'm turn it down. Y'all bear with me. There we go. I don't like hearing the repeat thing going on. Make me think somebody else in the room. But tonight is going to be a great show because we get a chance to talk about something that a lot of people are going through right this moment for one reason or another. We'll talk about the reasons why people are experiencing that extreme exhaustion and fatigue and why they just simply burned out. So we'll get into that in a bit. And of course, we kick things off, when we get things rolling with Who's Spike the Tea. Got a lot of different stories tonight, so we got a lot to talk about. So you know how we do. Going to hear a word from the sponsors, and we'll be right back in a moment to kick it all off with the team. Let's go. Art Imitates Life with Tanya Dixon is being sponsored by Tandiland Global, bringing your multimedia dreams to life. Hey, welcome back. As you see, we got a new sponsor there. So for all of you folks out there that can't drive or your kids can't drive yet, check those people out over at Next Level Driving School, 770-800-RIDE. That's only if you are in the Stone Mountain or Atlanta area. If you way off in Texas or California, that ain't gonna work for you. They might make a referral for you, but if you over here, they hook you up. All right. Well, it's time for me to go ahead and bring in the team now so that we can start talking about everything. We get to the tea, the whole nine. So everybody go ahead and unmute yourselves and come on in the house.
Hey.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
It's like
y'all.
the things Lady B came swung on in here. I said, go on, girl, go on in here. So how y'all doing this week?
Man,
mighty good.
Oh, it's just so laid back. Mighty good. So you want me to wake y'all up because I know that we're all exhausted, and like tonight's subject matter is right on time. And we're gonna get all into that in a bit after we spike some tea, the whole nine. But how we always do, I like to go around and find out what everybody did this week, how your week was. And of course, when Mike stops moving around, it's going to be on him first. What's up, Mike? What was your week?
I mean,
We're in the back of the class.
Man, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's just been a long week. You know what I'm saying? my week went so long and I was so out of it. I started singing, change gonna come. It's been a long time. I was waiting on Friday, like it's been a long time, but Monday through Thursday was man, I don't know what the hell was going on. You know what I mean? I decided to make some personal changes, and I think it was affecting me physically. You know what I'm saying? So I was scared, y'all. I ain't even finna lie to you. I was like, okay, I was scared to go to sleep, but then I was scared I wasn't gonna wake up. So that forced me to make some other changes in my life. Yeah, let me stop this and get rid of this and stop doing this here, and then by doing so, other, man, it just was crazy. But Friday showed up, and it was, I don't know, today was positive for me today. So,
good.
You know what I mean? Especially after that gumbo. Oh yeah.
Michael made some gumbo, y'all. He's giving everybody the whole makeup of it. So, if you want to know about Michael and his gumbo, go ahead and hit him up. Turn him loose and let him give his recipe and all that. So, that's how they go. Thanks, Mike. How about you, Margo? Go. How was your day? I'm getting my tongue all tied. I gotta
Well,
get
my week was just filled with work and little bitty bits and pieces of craziness, but not more than I can actually handle. Just trying to sift through it and manage it, and which one weighs more than the other, which one should I tend to first, and that kind of stuff. But it is Friday, and I'm just glad to be here. Just glad to be here. Glad to have not lost it this week. So that's a blessing, actually, right now.
We're glad to have you.
Well, thank you.
To have you. We're going to swing on around to Rick. Rickness Monster.
What up?
How was your week?
Yeah, it's like I had to get into the habit of not just staying drained. I had to crank up some music first thing before I clock in to get that momentum, get a jump start. Battery's been running low during the week, been torn in different directions and different assignments with this thing here. I can learn some new techniques to preserve my voice. So with what I got going, but it's an adventure. I tell you that. It's more work than I thought it would be. But it's necessary and it's worth it. It is so worth it. So worth it. The process, but I've been hanging in there and not myself. So cheers.
Cool. Cheers to you too. All right. Rock. Veronica, how was your week?
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Good morning.
It's been a trying week for me also. I got some things accomplished this week. They brought me my ramp and they set my ramp up, man, and everything. So, that was good. I got some more stuff around the house done.
Good.
But it's a process. But everything after that, I'm here.
Right on.
Lord knows I'm here. God got me here. So
all right.
Man,
ain't mad about it. Thank you for being here. All right, Lady B, Miss Bridget, how was your week?
Busy as always.
It seems like this week was it.
I had to text Mike I'm gonna be late. Like about an hour away. Drive about 30 minutes away, but in traffic, full blown afternoon traffic, like an hour or so away. Business for me and had to fly back this way to make it on the show. I've been running around since 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's just today. But I've got some things taken care of. And my passport taken care of, and flight this year, so I had to go and get that passport taken care of.
All right. Well, I see a screen there. Is that a screen there? You got a mic? You got a new mic?
I got a mic. My mic.
Right. Because on the screen.
I stay busy trying to get stuff taken care of, organized. back on the hunt for another house. The house we were trying to get, we finally was able to go and look at it, and the square footage alone said it should have been bigger. And so when we walked in the front door, we were like, "Where's the rest of the house?" So I turned it down. Like, on that, I was like, "No, we need a bigger house." So back on the hunt for a house.
Gotcha.
So, yeah,
I got you on that.
Crazy.
At least in the process.
But I'm here.
Right. Yeah, because y'all, I'm in the same process.
Yeah.
It's a rough end right now. My week should be sponsored by ibuprofen because I really had a headache this week. It was just not the best. Not the best. I mean, and I just have to say, I know, God, you got plans. And sometimes we had to sit and we had to let him go ahead and make us places straight because I was like, oh, what is going on here for most of the week? So I had that kind of a week too. And I just, but it is the yin and the yang. Like I think I said it to you, Michael, yesterday. It's the yin and the yang. You know, because I have like some, I think I tell Veronica too, I have like really, really, really good things on one side. And then I see like other stuff on the other side that is just trying to drag me. Then I say, you know something, that's nothing but Zul trying to do his thing. And I'm not going to cater to it. I ain't catering to that. Yeah. I'll stay on a really, 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 really good side because everything's coming on home. Okay, everything's coming on home. Yeah. So try to call him by his name. So, but that's how it goes. And so I just said we come on in tonight. You know, let's do what we did last week because that was cute. I'm going to try to do it the right way this time because I was still blinking. But let's get that selfie that I can put up for y'all. That was really cute. So unfortunately, the phone is behind. So I need for y'all to look at the camera for just a little while and give me a chance to do all that whole thing. And I got to do the same thing. I got to sit for a moment. Mike, stop putting your hand down because the very moment that I do it, it'll be the very, very moment that you put your hand down. So let's go. Let's see how this one first one turned out. So, oh wait, it's not turning out. It's not turning out at all. Let's see. Let me try it again. Okay, what was I doing? No, I was looking down at the phone. See? Okay, we're gonna try it one more time. Y'all out there, bear with us. We have this thing that we're trying to do these days to get the selfie right that goes out there. And then I get some shots that forget it. My phone went off. We're trying to get in a minute. We're trying to get in a minute because I turned my screen off by mistake. You know, I just couldn't try to turn it back on, and I
your phone is going through it too.
Yeah, my cheeks over here quivering and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to hold a smile.
Okay, I am gonna try.
I know. I was like just trying to hold it. Like.
Okay, everybody, just look at the camera. Just look in your own camera just for a few moments. And my mouth will probably be open like it always is when we're doing this. It is always open. Let's see. I saw one go through. So whatever it is, we're going to roll with it. And then I'll take some surprise ones that y'all don't know about. So.
Like my eyes was burning and trying to hold them open.
So the best shot was the one of Michael where he had his eyes in the camera. That was the best surprise shot right there. So, and I didn't even. I did that on purpose. That's what I did that on purpose. All right, okay. Here's the deal. We're going into Who Spiked the Tea. I'm still working on the real for the opening. And I'm telling you, I'm editing this weekend. Whoever doesn't get me their shots, y'all ain't gonna be in the real opening. I'm just gonna roll with what I got and just keep it moving with whatever I have. So here's just a quick ditty placeholder for just a second, just a placeholder. I told you it was quick.
That was
it's just a quick little thing. But you know what? Speaking of dope, something happened last week where Michael he went around and he asked a lot of y'all to submit your pictures and everything, and he went and did an opening, like like a little promo and everything, and I thought it was really cute. And the reason why I said I'm definitely going to show it because of the effort that he did put in, but I'm also going to show it because usually when people do this type of thing for me or something, they always kind of front. I'm not used to someone being modest coming to me after the show and saying, "Hey, how do you like this?" You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate Mike's modesty, humility, and so I said, you know what? We're gonna play that on the show. So here we go. Here is Mike's Who Spiked the Tea, just a little something that he put together just to have fun with it. And like I said, the real thing. We come and see with all that stuff. Yeah, here we go.
Who spiked the tea? We ain't spiked the tea. Who spiked the tea? We ain't spiked the tea. Who spiked the tea? We ain't spiked the tea. Somebody spiked that tea. Hell no, wasn't me. Chilling on a Friday night, live in the living room. On Boy Imitates Life, vibing, we feeling good. Time to sit back and relax. So take a load off, pour a little something in your glass. Work mode off, dive into the swimming pool. Of bad news and good news. Lighting fires in this living room. I'm glad I got insurance. This platform has few rules, so you do what you choose. Know that we supporting and raising brand like two schools. We talk about it all. It don't matter what your topic is. You gotta get involved. Quiet time, it don't happen here. So have no fear. Go grab your beer. Green or pine, wine brown or clear. It's all love, fam. You alright with me? But first you gotta tell me. Who spiked the tea? Who spiked the tea? We ain't spiked the tea. Who spiked the tea? We ain't spiked the tea. Who spiked the tea? We ain't spiked the tea. Somebody spiked that tea. Hell no, wasn't me. Who spiked the tea? We ain't spiked the tea. Who spiked the tea? We ain't spiked the tea. Who spiked the tea? We ain't spiked the tea. Somebody spiked that tea. Hell no, wasn't me. Who spiked the tea?
Thank you, Michael. And actually, that will be the theme song that is rapped and lyrics and vocals by Michael. So that will be starting next week. You'll get a chance to hear it every week. And there's going to be a short version and the longer version. We'll have the long version, which is I call the music video. Then we have the short version, which will be most of the chorus. And so that's what we'll do. For starting next week.
Brother.
Thanks, Michael. Thank you. All right, as we get into some tea, we're gonna get into some tea of what's really going on. Let me turn down my air purifier over here. Y'all, I'm back in the mode again. It's January, February time where the asthma comes back again, and so I'm back with it. So I already woke up a couple days ago wheezing and got the air purifier and hoping that we'll get through just fine this year. All right, how many people saw the Super Bowl this past Sunday? Anybody watch the bowl?
Yeah.
The halftime.
Yeah. That's the main reason everybody watched the Super Bowl.
Right. I thought that halftime was, I'm going to say that's one of the best that I have seen. And the reason why I call it one of the best is that it was not riddled with satanic symbolism. And usually the halftime shows are just completely filled with satanic symbolism. I noticed that the conservative people were criticizing because the most that they could say was, hey, it was just hip hop and R&B. So what? So what? It was one of the best. And it was just a plain great ass show. What did y'all think?
Man, it was. It's one of them things, man. I was trying to figure out a video to do, but part of it was going to end up basically saying what's actually happened. And in order to have effective marketing, you have to have a moment of nostalgia because that's what pulls people in. You know what I'm saying? And it's that whole halftime show is just pure nostalgic. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like Yeah.
I was in the kitchen cooking, and I was just all into it because I was a programmer. I was still programming TV when they came in. Yeah, I was still programming TV, and we still had to know all the words to songs and stuff like that. So I was just going along with them. But I don't know if anybody went to the Up in Smoke tour when Snoop and Dre and them had the Up in Smoke. Oh, that was one of my favorite concerts to go to. I wasn't even that much into rap concerts, but that damn concert right there, that was pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
It was it was like, hey, y'all gonna have a football game at this concert? Like
right? Because I forgot about the game in the beginning until I said it's about time for halftime. And then actually Rick DeMar, I texted him and he was like, hey, I'm watching the game. And I was like, oh, the game. And then I turned right before they went to halftime show. I was like, okay, this is good right here. But the reason why I brought that up too is that there is little things that happen here, of course, with these shows. Yeah. And incidentally, Dr. Dre went against one of the NFL's requests during the Super Bowl halftime show. This is an article from sportbible.com. And they said that, of course, I'll just go ahead and give you all give y'all a little bit of the spike tea right here. They said that Dre, he put up most of the show's $7 million budget himself. And according to the Puck report, the NFL were keen to control one element of the performance. The 1999 smash hit Still Dre left NFL officials uncomfortable and asked Dre to omit Still Not Loving Police in the song. And he just did it. Whatever.
Right. Ain't nothing changed since NWA.
Right, but that's the thing. Like, you know what? I could omit it if it wasn't relevant anymore, but it's still relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Very much.
And then and you ain't finna tell me to put up. I'm putting up 7 million, and you finna try to tell me what to do.
That's what I'm saying.
You put in on this, man.
What's that term?
That's the original lyrics to the original rap to the song. So it's like, why even change it now? It's been that way so many years. Why even change it now?
What they say now? What they say now is
like the police be singing the song. They know the song. They ain't offended.
You know what?
They sing the song themselves.
You know what? Though I feel like the reason he did it because when he was part of NWA, they tried to silence him and tell him not to do the song "Fuck the Police." Yeah. And then nowadays, it's supposedly changed. I'm 50-something years old. I'm a rap fucking mogul, and you finna try to tell me what to do? This sound like what happened way back in the 80s. So.
Exactly. And that was 19.
Do what you do.
Yep. Yeah. It's like that was 1988. And they said that Dre reportedly went back and forth with the league officials about what he could and couldn't sing. And he claimed that he was feeling disgustingly censored throughout. Yeah. So they're saying reports suggest that Eminem was banned from taking the knee during the performance. And you say he did it too. Yep. So I'm like, again, he's paying most the money. He's paying most of that $7 million, and you still going to try to tell him? Then we should have come forward with every bit of the money. If you're going to try to control somebody.
Did you see how they said another rumor mill? I don't know how true it is, so you can tell me if it's true or not. Was they told Snoop Dogg he couldn't wear. Allegedly, they told him he couldn't wear no blue rag in his pocket.
Right.
So he came out in the full blue bandana. Like,
who is that?
His own California flag.
When I first seen
it, expressions getting out of hand.
You know what I'm saying?
They found a way to do their thing, you know.
He came out there boogieing, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay.
All the crip walking.
Yeah. And chunked up one of the.
Like, what are they wearing? They wearing.
Yeah, I was gonna say he chunked up one of the biggest. He chunked up one of the biggest crip signs I've seen in my life. Wow! I was like, wow. You know, just halftime, okay.
But what I was just thinking, like somebody was talking about their attire. Well, they wore the attire that you wear when you go to South Central LA. You've seen a lot of the attire. You know, I'm like, well, hell, go watch Boys in the Hood. Go watch something. If you're not familiar with it, go watch something. You know, because it may not have been to.
Then they tried to argue if it was millennials or Generation X or Z or whichever one they called it. Like who did the music belong to? Gen Z or millennials? Belong to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
just
whoever resonates with it, that's what belongs.
Exactly. Because I'm X, and I remember
it
came out during my years, but still, anybody who it resonates with, I agree.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you can't. Yeah,
So the conversation we had was like, I was born in the 80s, so I can't claim and sit here and say, oh yeah, the 60s and the 70s was my music, because I was listening to music because my mom or my parents and them, that was theirs, and then I ended up hearing it through them. The music that came out as I was born and raised with would be considered, I guess, mine or our music. And then like my son knows all of the music that I grew up on through dad. You see what I'm saying? So he's affiliated with it, but it ain't you. You know what I mean?
but the thing is,
your bowl of gumbo was over there. You had to put your neck in it, bro.
But what I have to say when it comes to the music, you know, we were brought into music, by a lot of people who were older. I mean, like either my parents or my cousins or somebody kind of hit me and my sister to a lot of the music. But I can't really say that it was. I don't know who I could claim it was, because I claimed it when I got there. You know what I'm saying? I claimed it.
Right.
All the stuff, all the Earth, Wind, and Fire, all that, I claimed it as my own. I heard my cousins listening to it, and I was like, "What's that song? What's that song? Birds do it, bees do it." And I was like, they were like, "Okay, it's from this album, it's this song," but I still wanted to know what it was, and I still grew to it, and then I adopted it into my own repertoire. So I think that I agree with Bridget. It's our music.
I mean, even with my daughter, I'll tell her, like, she'll be listening to music that I grew up on, like music that I listened to when I was a teenager, and she'll be feeling it so hard and like, yeah, I love this song. I'm like, what you know about this song? And so,
and that's what happens right there, right? I'm glad you said that and used that example, because as kids,
I have to say that it's ours.
Because as kids,
everybody can feel it, but it's ours.
Yeah, but that's the thing. As kids growing up, right? You heard a song and you felt it. Good choice of words. You felt it. And your mom or your uncle would be like, hold on. Like, you, however old you is, and you feeling this song, like, you know what it really means. What you know about that there? Why? Like, you know what I mean? So that's how we do our kids now. Like, what you know about that? What you know about So
yeah.
I know one of the twins from the Tia and Tamara, she was like, watch when the Super Bowl halftime show come on, and then you really get to see your parents and be looking at them like, where was you at? Who is this person sitting here crip walking and dancing to all these songs and singing going off? Like, who's this person? Like, no, you'll find out how your parents were back in the day.
Yeah, it's no different than you sneaking and listening to a Richard Pryor tape. You dig? I was that dude. I was that dude. You know, I was getting all kinds of stuff. My kids, they listen to, like, they kind of footstep with me in terms of music, like I said, but it gravitates to them if it speaks to them. It's an everlasting relationship when it comes to music, because really, even with the song and the key of life, we all have a part. We all have a story, and that catalog. We all have a story in catalogs in general. Like,
but does music really have an owner?
Our kids are going to echo it. So of course we got to be, careful what we listen to. But our kids are going to echo it. And it's like, wait, what? Dad, you play this all the time. Dad, when I was a baby, used to play this all the time. Like, okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so they're coaching, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't stop there. That's the beauty about music. It doesn't stop with one genre. You know?
There you go. Because it stands the test of time. Music is forever, baby. Music is forever, baby. Yeah.
Detroit. Even.
Okay. You know what? I agree. It is our music. Our is as a whole here. What did I in the world did I do with my I had my email up and then I closed it. So I'm gonna do the other stories that I have available here. So that's for the Super Bowl. That was a really good show. Again, very good show. Yeah. How many people heard that the one who we used to call as Little Romeo is now a father? Announced
I heard
announced the birth of his baby daughter this week. He and the girlfriend Drew Singer, baby R is what he called her. So the 32-year-old musician made his announcement on Instagram this week. So of course we want to say congratulations to Romeo and his girlfriend. What's her name again? Drew, and the little baby girl. You know, that's really good. I guess I'm looking to see if I had to see a full name. I don't see a full name of her, but they were referring to her as Baby R. So yeah, I still don't see a full name. So we wish them the very best. You know, Romeo grew up and just got all the way fine. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I can agree. From I forgot what movie it was, but I think that's when you took notice. The movie with one of the ladies that usually be in one of Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married? That's a twin. When Romeo was like, I forgot, it's some marriage movie, but when Romeo was trying to pursue her and she was the older lady,
Jump the broom.
And then she's like, wait a minute.
Jump the broom. Yes.
Jump the broom.
And I can't remember Natasha's last name, the actress that played that role. And
Mike.
Mike, you know it or something?
I would say, hey Rick, we gonna take a small break. They about to be on here for a minute.
Y'all want to be on for 5 minutes?
He was cute then, and he looked a little bit more mature. He looked older, so it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, y'all do that. I'm gonna go through our whole.
He's on his fine man thing now. I'm sorry, he been on that fine man. He had me watching. What is that show that he does on MTV? Something on the beach. Whatever that is on MTV. He had me watching that damn show just to see him. I didn't give a damn about the little screwed up people who are there dating in a house, stuck in a house together. I had to look at Romeo. Every time he came out, I was like, here come Romeo. Here comes Romeo. Like you said, they fix your hair, Romeo.
Grown up. Grown up.
Romeo, where about Romeo? That's what you.
It was a reality show. It's not
Grown
Sex
up.
on the Beach. No, it's not that. It's something that is where they competing to see how long they stay in the house and coupled up. And when you're not coupled anymore, you can get voted out of the house. X on the Beach, not Sex on the Beach, X on the Beach. That's what it was.
X on the Beach.
Got me watching that doggone show so I could see what's going on with Romeo. I was like, damn it. Okay, we're gonna get off Romeo now because the guys are like really uncomfortable.
I was like, we don't want to hear that.
Well, you know what? Now we're gonna move on.
Oh, y'all done? Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, we.
Right.
Started reading the paper. Huh?
Yeah, I can unmute unmute myself now.
Yeah.
Well, right now we're moving on to Mary J. Blige. You know, Well, Mary J. Blige says that she went on tour to be able to pay for her alimony, y'all. Now, y'all know the deal. She was just fresh off the Super Bowl, and she went to an NBA All-Star Saturday Night stage and had a new album and all kinds of stuff. And she was on the Breakfast Club, and she was talking about rent money and all that. Her single rent money. She said, "Well, okay." She said she was talking to Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy and MJB and revealed rent money is literally about paying overhead while facing alimony that she was forced to pay to her ex-husband who ran through her money.
Wow.
I was mad about the whole situation that she had to pay that bus all that money though.
Wow.
You know, but
he didn't come in with nothing. Like, why should he leave with half of her money? That just that's
very interesting.
Yeah, because that's and it's crazy. I ain't trying to start no man-woman thing, but
if you flip it, the woman will be doing the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? like yeah. So men come in and do whatever they do based off of historical times. Okay, we'll go there. Let's do that. Put that disclaimer out there.
Historical times.
And then they would get a divorce and the woman leaves for half just because she made a decision to follow this man, and then all of a sudden it's, well, you got to pay restitution and this, that, and alimony. Well, now when the situation is reversed, because remember, if I'm up, you up. If I'm down, you know, then hopefully you up. So, and if you up, then I'm up. So now when the situation is reversed, it's like, well, why they have to do that? He shouldn't have to do that. But here's that equality thing that y'all was asking for, and here it is. And so now that it exists, you got some people floating, catering to one side more than the other. And it's just funny how when the tables turn, so does the crowd.
Well, you know, it's a little bit more than that. Let me read it. Let me read a bit more about what she said here real quick. She says, I wrote that song with the writers during that time.
I can't. Yeah. We asked me about release, so we got it. We can't pick and choose what to like and what to not like, and what to go for and what to not go for. So,
and that's not to say that whoever did whatever they're doing sucks, right? That's not to say that they don't suck. Like, hey, you're whack for that. You know, you're freaking asshole, right?
But it's not even just that. I was going to read a little more. It's just the fact that he was just blowing through her money. It's a little bit more than that. You know, is that he was supposed to be working with her and he was just blowing through her money and everything. So there's a lot more going on with that. Not just the fact that, you know, if the woman is the breadwinner, that the man should get some money. I get what y'all saying on that, but this is the fact that this cat was supposed to be, you know, in a different place with her management situation.
Right.
And he lost his mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and how do you explain it though? Like what happens? Do they get caught up in the hype or in the lifestyle or what? Like you know what I'm saying? But like, how do you just go from being, I got you, I'm riding with you, we're gonna do this, I understand the struggle, to F you, I'm finna party.
Right. How do you stop? Right. How do you stop that whole thing? Like, you know, I get that.
Protect yourself. Protect your world.
Yeah.
Well, I thought the thing was Mary was bringing on another artist and was starting to like having her shadow her. And so her husband started taking a liking to the girl and paying for trips and an apartment and all that stuff with Mary's money for this girl. Right. So he started fooling with her, and then Mary caught wind in her accountant that the money is flying in directions that it shouldn't be. And so he was spending this money on Mary's protege. And that's how everything went down.
Right.
So he got big headed.
That's what I'm saying.
And
he sucks.
One leech sucking another.
And see, that's what I'm saying right there. You
literally,
if I had to pay you, I give you another payment too. You ain't gonna be just taking my money, and I ain't gonna take no licks out of your ass. I don't want to say that.
I just say he already took his half. He blew it on the old chick. Like, don't get no more.
Now that makes sense. Now, hopefully, a judge would be like, "Well, how much? You know, how much was taken? How much was this? Let's do the math." And say if you blew your money on the side piece, then you know what I mean. Like
he went too far.
Right,
he went too far.
And then it was heard he wanted money for like his clothing, you know, dry cleaning, even for his personal trainer to keep up with that, and just other stuff. And I was like, what? Like, dude.
Yeah, he just went too damn far.
Nicety versus necessity.
The last thing of it is that old girl bounced, the one he was throwing money towards. She's now engaged. I don't know if she's pregnant now, but she's now engaged with somebody younger, more her speed, and she ain't even with him anymore.
That's just how it works.
He looking like a bad little puppy.
One backhand deserves another. One backhand deserves another.
I got you. So
sometimes two.
I just think it was just a little bit on the trifling side, but I mean, there's other times that people just made bad decisions. I think Sherry Shepherd made some bad decisions, and so she's paying a lot of alimony. She went and married those two different men, and she's paying for them and everything, and they were just shopping her, And the thing is, she has terrible taste. I'm sorry, Sherry, you got some terrible taste. Because with your status and your money, I would have at least got somebody cute. If I'm going to pay for it, let it be cute. Let it be fine. She's paying for 2 duffel bags. I'm like, come on now. They just,
no discernment. That's a bad combination.
Yes, I be just 2 duffel bags.
He gotta be worth the payment, huh?
Right, exactly. If I'm going to pay for it, let it be worth paying for. You know what I'm saying? That I can look and then I can say, I would tell them to look. Let me see the body. Money well spent. Give me something.
She went further than medium ugly, huh?
Oh Jesus! I'm like, no, come on, Sherry, come on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I ain't trying to be ugly, but then again, I was.
He must look like dissected leftovers or something. Damn.
I don't even know.
Was he that ugly? You can smell it. Damn.
It's 2 of them. It's not even just one. It's 2. So that's what she messed up 2 times.
Like somebody ugly walked up in this place.
She messed up 2 damn times.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel the ugliness, Rick. Is saying, God, look, Sherry, I don't know. I ain't seen the dude, so I ain't even gonna say nothing on it. I'm gonna leave that there.
Is it like, damn, you just pulled in the driveway.
You stupid.
Rick. Yeah, Rick.
It's really street. That's why I stay on the sidewalk.
Pretty much, it's like that. Okay, just want you to know. Let me stop being bad. But she said, Mary also said in an interview, she said, I wrote that song with the writers during the time I had to pay bills. I had to pay all of this alimony. I had no money to pay it. I had to go on tour to pay it. I had to go on tour to pay the alimony. I had to go on tour to pay the rent because he had spent all the money. By the time I got to the deposition and saw everything he did, I didn't have $1 left. He spent everything. He knew he spent everything and was asking me for more. He needed his ass kicked. That's all I'm saying. I ain't an advocate of violence, but he needed his ass kicked. To spend all my money.
Make sure she's wearing them boots with them thigh-high boots when she do it too. Don't use them thigh muscles, man. Use them thigh muscles, girl.
Come on, girl. Put the boots to work.
Lubricate them boots and just dead in.
Put them boots to work.
Show his insides. What do you say? Show his insides some style. You know? knee bootleg knee deep.
Yeah, he went all the way there. He went too damn far. But you know what? That's enough of that. Mary J, we wish you the very, very, very best.
Be more discerned. Use that discernment. Exercise it. Good
yes. Lord. Find you.
He better watch out. He better watch out because we all see who she is on Power, so he better watch out.
You know what?
She channeling something, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right.
Come out in that script.
You know what I mean? Hey, because they have to personify them roles. You know what I'm saying? So
I've been there before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ain't no telling.
Well, you know what? Speaking of people who, Mike, what are you hitting on over there? It's very loud.
Sorry,
And then he's
A
talking while
pen.
he turns off the mic. Well, you know what? Speaking of people who need to watch out, check out this article. Monique, the comedian, reveals secret recording of Tyler Perry allegedly apologizing for blackballing the actress.
What?
So yeah, so actress Monique appeared on Turned Out with T.S. Madison, and spilled all about the Madea star Tyler Perry. And this is an article from RadarOnline.com. The actress claims to have recordings of the director calling her to apologize for blackballing her. Now, we all knew, well, some people didn't believe it. I knew I believed that, she had been blackballed. The Academy Award-winning actress claims Perry wanted her to work for free to do festival promo for the 2009 movie Precious. And when Monique told the director that it wasn't in her contract to do it, he allegedly tried to use her name to push the actress to do what she's told. And she didn't do that well. During an interview, she says, "I don't care who it is. It's not fair for you to want me to work for free just because it's you." So now here comes the blackball. Monique goes to explain, here it comes. She's difficult to work with. We started hearing all that she was so difficult to work with. And her husband, and they are difficult people. So now no one is going to touch Monique. And as she sat there and poured her heart out, she made sure to call out another high profile sighting with, same individual, Oprah Winfrey, who said nothing. She said Monique reveals that Winfrey did have a conversation with her husband, but ultimately sided with Perry. Monique backed her claims that Perry was trying to blackball the actress by pointing out several cases where the director would warn directors and producers how difficult she was to work with. And she claims that director David Talbot defended the actress, saying that she was a joy to work with. And said that Perry never directed her. Yeah, because this was a Daniels movie. If you remember, Precious was Lee Daniels, and so he never directed her, but he said he went and telling everybody that she's hard to work with. And she clarified that Perry didn't join the Precious film until after the film had wrapped. And she says she's been having to fight off these rumors of her manner on the set of as the Madea actor was putting it out there, for over a decade. And she said Perry did end up calling Monique and her husband, and the actress that she secretly recorded the conversation, and what she claims that she captured, what she claims she captured, gave her the will and the power to speak out yet again. Okay, so this is something I'm glad that she did get some information, because some people were kind of wondering and maybe even a little doubtful that she had any proof, and they were kind of saying, she might be difficult to work with, having no proof at all. And then also, I think there's a big point that she made just now. Tyler Perry didn't even join that film until after the film wrapped. So how would he be able to say that she was difficult to work with? So it just seems to me like it was a blackballing too. What do you all feel?
I think that like the industry does, they just try to see what they can get away with, and see who else is going to join them. And it's no different than MJ and JJ incident. Michael and Janet. It's no different. Potentially would have gone that way. Well, since you have her back, then I'm gonna blackball you too. But Tyler Perry should know better. He does know better. As hard enough as it is for Black people to get scripts, nowadays it's so hard. And you of all people, are you even our people anymore? For you to treat us like that, and as much as she's been trying to climb out, and you have to do a secret conversation, she had to record it.
Yeah,
that's embarrassing on your part with your character.
Right.
As you have characters, it's like you're showing like the worst side of your own. And that's very irresponsible, very irresponsible of them. I mean, you don't need her. Really, you don't need her to do voluntarily work. You should pay her. You should value her. You should value actors and actresses. And for you to, it's like this is not a what do you call it? This is not a nonprofit because you're going to profit from it. Why can't she? What's wrong with that? Why can't she? Why should she have to struggle? She's been in the game. She's a vet. She's been a vet and supportive through her comedy.
It is, especially if she's if she's the main role, like the main character, and then she's a selling point in why people watching it anyway.
Exactly.
Right. Right. And it also, she said,
you don't even value your vet. That's embarrassing. You don't even value your vet. She's been around before we even know who the hell Tyler Perry is. So if anything, he should pay her the utmost respect for being in the game before he can even write a script and found. That's some pissery shit right there.
Right. I get that too. You know, and the article also states that Monique was saying that she contacted her friends Al Sharpton and Kevin Hart, who reached out to Tyler Perry to get his take on things, and Tyler said, "I don't wish to revisit that situation," and that was his response.
Wow, so you can do it to somebody else? So why he can do it to somebody else?
Yeah, you don't want that in the limelight. So when they start doing it to somebody else.
So yeah. But I'll tell you, we'll leave that one there. We really know the truth to that one, and we know how that went down. So we'll just leave it alone and keep on.
It's like Hollywood is Nino Brown, and the money is crack. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
he was in the wrong, and he knows that he was in the wrong. So, but. Another thing here, maybe some people feel like this isn't wrong. Okay, the magazine Vogue catches heat for choosing Kim Kardashian as the cover star instead of the late Andre Leon Talley. And Naomi Campbell shows her disapproval of such, you know. They're saying Kim Kardashian is under fire, and this is newsbreak.com. You know, also credit to them. Kim Kardashian is under fire for her constant blackfishing and cultural appropriation. And Vogue is being called out for overlooking another worthy cover star. You know, so let me get a little bit further into this. This week, Vogue unveiled the cover for the March 2022 issue featuring Kim Kardashian. While the reality star making magazine covers is nothing new, a lot of fans were upset with the choice following Andre Leon Talley's death, wishing the fashion mag would have honored their longtime editor. Come on, y'all.
Right.
He was passing last month, you know, especially because Black History Month. And they say some fans came to Vogue's defense, arguing that the publication likely had plans to put Keeping Up with the Kardashian star on the cover, blah, 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 before he passed away, blah, 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 whatever. But unfortunately for Vogue and Kim, that huge oversight isn't the only reason people are upset over the cover. Multiple photos from Kardashian's brand are being called out for blackfishing and cultural appropriation, which is obviously no stranger. She's no stranger to this. In addition to the egregious self-tanner shade Kim's rocking in is on some of the pictures. It's very clear that a lot of the shots are in direct references to other photo shoots done by Black women. Okay. Instagram page Diet Prada called Kim out for the photos on Wednesday, posting multiple slides of the side-by-side comparisons showing the Kardashian Vogue shoot next to the Black women she seems to be copying, including Beyonce and Naomi Campbell. Well, it sounds like appropriation day. And she says that Kim in Vogue said Black History Month, seemingly showing her disapproval and agreeing with the caption. Naomi Campbell liked the post, and here's her what she put out there. She said, in the middle of Black History Month, they dropped this on us. So tired of beauty when Black women have been setting beauty and style trends for decades. Journalist Karen Ataya commented on the post. Also, where's the Andre Leon Talley Appreciation Vogue edition? So, just it goes on with more information. I just want to give you all a little bit of what they were talking about the blacklisting and just see what you all thought about that. The cultural corporation, So, what do y'all feel about that? I mean, we're used to it happening with Kim. I think they use her as the token when they want to have somebody of color and pretend like she's Black at that time. But what do y'all think?
Well, first thing and foremost, I mean, perspective. It's not our magazine anyway. Mm-hmm. That's how I look at it. It doesn't belong to us anyway. I'm more so concerned with whatever happened to Ebony magazine.
Essence.
Yeah. Jet magazine. So for us to sit here and complain, we have to understand is that it's not a matter of them being responsible. It's a matter of them they don't give a damn. And why should they?
They're just doing that.
Why should they want to? I mean, they've been having this behavior for years, so this is nothing new. This should be expected. So it's not a surprise. We're raising Cain about something that we ultimately.
But they should have saluted their own guy. They should have done at least Andre Leon Talley. They should have saluted him for all the work that he's done. And for the person who says, "Hey, this might have been planned already," magazines are used to changing things on a dime. So
last minute,
that's the excuse.
Yeah. If you're familiar with any type of publishing and editorial type works, that thing can change.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? They'll hold press release until they get what they need to get just to make sure they put out the right copy. You know what I mean?
Well, you see what they did. Well, you see what they did to Nina Simone. So why should this be a surprise?
That's true.
So that's just what they do. They're all in the same thing. They're not out to give us.
Because then Zoe Saldana played that part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it her?
Yep.
And I'm like, how the hell?
Right. Out of all the Black women that look just like me.
Man, they could have gave they could have gave my girl the part, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know who I'm talking about. They could have gave my girl who
Angela.
They know
Angela Bassett. Yeah.
No, Viola Davis, baby. They
Viola Davis. Oh, that's right.
You know what I mean? Viola could have.
But there were so many that they could have given it to.
They could have, yeah. But I'm just advocating for.
Right. Off the street and because there's so many Nina Simone's walk around on this earth, you can't find one that fits the bill that has talent, has the octave and the experience of Nina Simone. You're all relative.
To be honest, they could have went to a South by Southwest or down in New Orleans somewhere in a jazz club. And I'm only saying that because if you were looking for authentic, and a lot of people, we know who. If you're a music head, you know who Nina Simone is. Yeah. Most folks don't. So if you're gonna make a movie, you could have went and grabbed for authenticity, any person, any nightclub singer that's got a beautiful voice and let them sing the hell out them songs, man.
Right. Shout out to my sister. She was named after Nina Simone. Her name was Nina Simone.
Yeah. And then I listened to that song. I listened to that birds flying high, and butterflies. She totally took walking outside, looking at her yard, and was like, birds flying high. Right. You know how I feel. Right. It just started talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I just didn't see that happening. But it's very relevant. It's very relevant. It just takes us back to the conversation that we had. Was it last week about Tandy Newton, or was it the week before? One of the recent weeks, we were talking about Tandy Newton and the same type of thing, being put in these roles, and it's the Hollywood thing, and how
they're not about authenticity. They're not about it.
Right.
It's the same argument, the exact same argument, and the exact same thing that happens. Probably every single movie where you see a dark skinned person that should be played, they pick a light skin, whether it's a man or woman. It's been happening for years. Even I've noticed it. Hollywood's noticed it. And I think now we're so used to seeing it that it's not being called out every single time it happened.
That's just like that movie Gods of Egypt. Boy, I was hot.
Man, hey,
and it was a good movie. I watched it anyway. It was a good movie, but they should have had the right actors.
I said, what?
Right.
I said,
Well,
It would have been even better had they picked.
Don't get me started because you got to take me back
that's
to.
that's the whole thing. They are fighting so hard. You've got to fight that hard to keep something like that away from us.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, think about for ages. Think about Cleopatra. Think about the 10 Commandments. They've been doing forever.
Oh yeah.
Elizabeth Taylor, as opposed to
don't do that.
Our programming to make us feel a certain way about ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Where's my Lena Horne at?
Right. They could have very well gotten Lena Horne. Very well.
Next thing you know, Earth the Kid is
and my favorite, Cicely Tyson.
Yeah, Cicely. They could have put these black actresses in a lot of these roles and just didn't want to. Again, it's appropriation and or whitewashing, so to speak. Well, you know what? We're gonna move on from Mocha. I got a few more stories I'm gonna try to get to. I'm moving fast tonight. I'm omitting some of the things that I had planned to talk about just to kind of get some of the other things. I don't know. This is not like a big story or anything, but I was just very happy to see that my show All Rise, it was canceled from CBS and it's being picked up by OWN. So I'm really glad that the first 2 seasons aired on CBS. And now the next season is going to be on the OWN network. Did anybody watch that show? I just thought it was just wonderful. It was the black judge, her name Simone Missick. I love that show. Yeah,
I liked it. I watched it.
Yeah, I was very sad when that show was canceled, but to see that OWN picked it up, I will be watching, and they just talking about some things from the show. But since y'all don't watch it, I'm not going to get into all the, the mechanics of what's going on. But I'm just so glad it's there that I get a chance to see it when it does come in. Veronica,
are you always laughing at me? Are y'all laughing at me?
No.
Oh, no, right there. Not right now. Not yet.
I turned my bottle up and they started laughing.
Oh, they might have been because I didn't see that. And you know what? When Rick does that, when he laughs like that, he looks like he did when he was 12 years old. So he was up to something. It's very safe to say that he was up to something. It's very safe to say you're on mute right now, Rick. What you did, you doing something. Your ass got caught. You doing something.
No, I don't know what you be speaking about of. I heard because hey, how y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Cool. Cheers.
Yeah, you had this face that looked like you did when you were a kid just now. And I say, yeah, he up to something. Safe to say. Safe to say. What you got, Rock?
She got that
Night Train.
Hello.
Hey, it was. Okay. Did y'all know that today was International Wine Day?
You're right. So
yeah, let me try to pour my cup over real quick.
All right.
I went to my VA appointment, and apparently, the people that worked there, everybody knew about Wine Day today. I looked at the lady. I said, "You finna take my blood?" Like.
That's right. You know what? I didn't know I had this Behringer Moscato. I'm not too wild about it. It's a little bit too liquory because I like the sweet wines that are like candy.
Moscato.
Yeah, I'm a Cisco man myself.
I like Merlot. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Merlot type of guy.
I don't know. I don't like Merlot. It's just, oh my God.
Good old Thunderbird with some Kool-Aid.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we got another story here. Martin Lawrence and Tooka Campbell taping Martin reunion on Sunday.
Nice. Okay. They're getting drunk about it.
It's cute. BT Plus announced on Friday that it's taping the 30th anniversary reunion special for the sitcom Martin on Sunday. Yes, for the cast members, Martin Lawrence, Tooka Campbell, Tashana Arnold, and Carl Anthony Payne II are participating.
Rest in peace, Tommy.
There's some feedback coming from somewhere. So,
Lady B and a place to be.
Yeah, we got a little feedback going from somewhere. Okay.
Yes, it's her.
Who is it?
What? It's not Rick? What?
Whose feedback is it?
I don't know, but whatever it is, it got me stuck. Like,
yeah, it do.
Y'all worried about my faces. This is what I'm doing. Hey, put your damn earphones back on. You gotta mute your mic or something.
It's not Veronica because hers is muted.
No, this is Lady B.
Yeah,
okay.
I had my phone volume on channel.
Oh, that's okay. Because we could just hear, but we don't know what's happening.
They can't blame the brother today. They can't blame the brother today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lady. Appreciate that.
The story here. The comedian actor Affion Crockett is hosting the special, and BET promises further surprises a la the Friends reunion special. Martin, the show, it ran from 1992 to 1997 on the Fox network, and it was inspired, of course, by Martin Lawrence's comic persona. He played the fictional character Martin Payne, and of course, Tisha Campbell played his girlfriend Gina. That's why anybody out there who is not familiar with the show. Arnold played, Tashina Arnold played Gina's best friend Pam, and Payne, Anthony Payne, he played Martin's friend Cole, and of course Thomas Michael Ford, who played Martin's friend Tommy, died in 2016. And so they're saying to be able to sit here 30 years later with this amazing cast that has such an impact on pop culture is truly amazing. This is what Martin said. I am always humbled that the fans still want more of the show and its characters. I'm looking forward to the reunion special. And so that will stream special this summer. And you can look at all 5 seasons of Martin. You can look at them on BET Plus as well. So I'm looking forward to that. That should be cute. That should be cute to see.
It should
Martin.
be.
Bel-Air is out too.
Just to let y'all know, y'all do know that Tisha Campbell and the Arnold lady Pam. Tisha Campbell and Pam. Y'all know they was on Little Shop of Horrors as the little trio thing.
Yeah, they've been together for years. They've been doing a lot of projects for years. They're like the background singers, like in between scenes.
Yeah, the whole thing. Go back and check the movie out, and you'll see they right there.
But they did a lot of projects together.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it would have been well. No, I ain't gonna take away from House Party. No, they have the right one. They have the right one for House Party. So I'm gonna shut up.
Right.
Yeah. I ain't gonna break nothing. I ain't broke.
Okay. Well, I got just one more. If we're going back in time and talking about shows that were a hit like Martin, how many people have been able to check out the preview or even any episodes of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Actually, it's just The Prince of Bel-Air. But you have watched it? Okay, I haven't watched it.
Okay. It's on Peacock, right?
It's on Peacock.
Yeah. But here's what they're saying. They're saying after Will Smith's Bel-Air premieres, the critics agree that the Peacock series is the biggest problem about it. So I'm going to roll it out. They're going to find some problem about it. But they're saying in 2019, a short film parody trailer by Morgan Cooper went viral by reimagining Prince of Bel-Air as a gritty drama rather than a goofy Will Smith comedy of the 90s lore. The film caught the attention of Smith himself, and 3 years later, the trailer has expanded, into the whole thing here. So I was wondering how that came about, and they changed the flavor of it. But after reading this article, I got a chance to see how they actually changed the flavor of it and made it more dramatic. Because when I first saw the preview, I was like, really? So it's kind of a dark series.
I haven't even seen it yet, but just listen to that, because the original had both dramatic and whimsical and comedy measures. So For him to switch it up, I'm not sure if I would be, apt to see that, because the formula was fine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Stop changing it up.
I was like, they got an Uncle Phil that's gonna be skinny. We're used to fat Uncle Phil,
James
I like Uncle Phil's role.
But that's I like the fact that they even from all shapes of and demeanors of like black men, like we're not gonna be like this always a super handsome fly judge. No, they got a dude with the skills that could that fit the bill. They had a broad range of cast members. It doesn't always have to be a sexy icon as the head of the household. No, he's just standard, his standard father, uncle, working hard, exceeding goals, being an example, as a matter of fact. Him and his wife being successful, a college professor, him being a judge, the kids, just different perspectives of life, just different, just switch the whole thing up. But it also gave us add on to our belief system. Yes, you can do these things. Yeah, this is funny. They funny. Okay, but there's gonna be some real shit added to this.
They added racism and all kinds of stuff to it. And I wanted to ask you all, but I want to ask you all real quick here. Do you feel, and there's a little feedback, that we got to solve because it's a little distracting, but do you feel that they did this not only so that they could bring up certain topics in the show, but when you look at the successes of shows, let's use All American as an example. Do you feel like they wanted to change it and make it more serious so it can rival those other types of shows that get a lot of attention, and because people want to see something, see themselves on TV, which is we're seeing more of now, and seeing something that relates to real life instead of something of the 90s, trying to just repeat something of the 90s that was fun to look at, but not necessarily something that everyday people could adapt to. So what do you think on that?
So first off, to make a mockery of my life and try to make it funny, fuck you. Right? I'm gonna tell you right now, the way that they did it now is probably exactly how it happened. You just had somebody's personality whose coping mechanisms may have been through comedic therapy. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So
wasn't this from Benny Medina? Wasn't for him the original story or something like that? I have to look that up. But I thought it was kind of inspired with him. He works with J-Lo and they came from very humble beginnings. And so I don't know for sure. I have to look back on that, but in my head, I hear that a little bit.
Whoever's life it is and wherever they came from, in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I spent most of my days, man, I was outside just chilling, and then somebody came up tripping over some basketball, bro. Like it wasn't funny. Because when he was going through it, I guarantee he was probably scared and didn't realize he had to fight. It wasn't funny. He just happened to be a couple. You know what I mean?
So you feel like, do you feel like because during that time they wanted Black people to be more comedic on TV? Because we went through that phase too. So do you feel like they made it that because they felt like audiences were not ready to see the real, like we're seeing more of now? So they made the old one was not realistic for that reason. Would you say that?
Right. I think to me the characters are more. The characters have more in depth. Have more of a persona. They actually get into their background, origins for each character. So each character has more like Hillary. Hillary was real dingy on the original. Well, now she has more depth to her. You get to see her. You get to see why she's unemployed and what she's really wants to do with her life. You get to see a side of the mom. You get to see a side of the uncle and Carl.
She froze. Okay. We missed a little what you said because you froze there. Yeah, it's
Can you hear
not the
me?
best reception. Yeah, we hear you now. It froze for a moment there, and right at your ending point, it went. Do one of me.
They look now. Here you go. So we get Veronica all good to go, and she's on time with everything, like her comments and her responses. And now your ass done picked up with Veronica dropped out.
The left up.
It's horrible today. I have no clue why. It's horrible. Like every few seconds,
Like,
somebody's going out.
you been talking, and she like, and I'm in tonight, right? I haven't been going out, right?
Yeah, like on my thing, you be going out. On my thing, everybody.
Oh, really? Oh man.
Not yet.
Okay.
Y'all ain't got no storms in Texas.
What's going on?
No.
Well, that right there is the end of what we call Who Spiked the Tea. And we're back. Y'all, it's about time for that living room, you know what I'm saying? So y'all ready to do this? We're gonna get into this. And I was saying to y'all, look at the private chat, you know, because we're gonna pick them up. We're gonna pick them up here. So yeah, y'all go ahead and see what's going on out there. And go to my page on Facebook. I put y'all picture. It should be on my IG and my Facebook. So you can go and check out your picture and see how you like it. I hope I did it, because sometimes I'm not looking at my glasses, looking through my glasses. I hope I chose a good one for y'all. So, all right, it's time for the living room. Let's go. Shut up, Michael. Welcome to the living room. Yeah, you were live. yes, you were live. Your ass messing up my opening.
Just like a ninja.
Yes, we are now live in the living room with this week's topic is burnout.
Player.
Feeling extremely exhausted and fatigued. Y'all, you know, I'll say this, Mike, I think we were on one week and you said that this would be a good topic, and we decided to go with it. I'll let you give a little bit of the preamble while I pull up a couple things, prepare my system over here. What do you have on with a reason why you chose this to be a good topic for this week?
Because every day we wake up, we go through our lives, we carry on through our day, and at the end of that day, based on what we experienced, we either come home with some energy or being fully exhausted. That's one aspect. But when you're exhausted, you're not just exhausted just because you went to work and you home. Like whatever you talked about, whatever you experienced, whatever email you got, whatever phone call or text message you got, like that stuff plays on your mental, you know what I'm saying, and your emotional. And if your mind and your emotions ain't there, then it affects your physical, you know, as far as sweating, increased heart rate, you know, palpitations, you know what I mean, headaches, migraines, or whatever. And so you deal with that day in and day out, in and day out. And then like we always talk about Monday through Friday. Do you know some people start stressing on Sunday because of what they have to put up with when they go to work on Monday? Like, you get what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm going with it. I can sit here and talk, but I'm going to just leave it at that and then hear what y'all got to say.
I mean, like,
you know, go ahead, Ray.
No, just, you know, being in corporate America, you know, that's a whole nother synonym for fatigue and stress, always being challenged, lies being told in terms of having open door policies, but the moment that you walk in that door, as it stated, you're creating a hostile environment for protecting yourself and protecting your career, whatever, and from whomever you work for. That plays a big part, and you have nothing or barely anything left for yourself, much less to give to your family. Only thing you have left to do is just the standard mother, father, husband, wife duties, and you barely have enough energy for that. But you have to I just learned to take it out, get my energy back on something that I love to do. What resonates with me, what helps me feel good, how can I jumpstart my day, what can I do differently? That's the most important thing, doing something different so you don't get the same results. Like, I just learned to kickstart myself with some music, get my day ready. No one can take any energy from me, and it works, y'all. It works for me. And so right. I'll probably watch comedy, stand up, to get it started. That's like my thing, music and comedy. That's my thing. Right. So get me started. You know what I'm saying? Or some meditation music, some instrumentals or whatever. Just or might see a scene in a certain movie to get, I love hoodlum movies like that. Renaissance gangster movies like there's like pivotal points. It's like I can
Well, let's do this. I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and tell people the definition of exhaustion, and we're going to talk about some signs of exhaustion, and then we're going to talk about the 3 types of fatigue as well. So when it comes to exhaustion, by definition, is a state of extreme physical and mental fatigue, or the action or state of using something up or being used up completely. So with exhaustion, it's kind of like there are some signs that you can look for, some common reasons for having that exhaustion or fatigue. Here's some frequent reasons they say for fatigue. I know you can disagree or agree. Alcohol or drug use, too much physical activity with no rest, jet lag disorder, lack of physical activity, shortage of sleep, some medications like cough medicines or antihistamines, and unhealthy eating habits. Well, you know what? I understand their textbook way of looking at it, but we have more exhaustion that's going on. We got things in life. We got people around, and we can even talk tonight about people exhaust me. People exhaustion. I deal with that a lot.
People can drain you from the other side of the room. They can drain you before they even walk out the door.
We have racial issues exhaustion. We have that CV. We can't get into that word, but that is exhaustion.
Imbalance weather.
Yeah, we have so many things that have caused this type of exhaustion that, by definition of WebMD just now, that just seems so distant. Here's a few others. They said exhaustion is normally the cause of the problem: lack of physical, mental energy, inability to stay awake. Such as when driving, operating heavy machinery, inability to maintain or complete an activity, tiring easily, or difficulty concentrating, memorizing, or maintaining emotional stability. And I still say we're going deeper than that tonight. That's some other stuff. Y'all know what I want to say, but I can't say it on live on the air. That's a different type of exhaustion than people who are not experiencing too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go a little bit deeper than that.
How deep?
I will look at the chat. That when I put my
yeah.
That's a different thing. We're going through some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we're going to talk about all that. But let me put a few. Well, y'all want me to talk about the type of fatigues real quick, and then we can get into all that too. There's 3 types: There is the transient fatigue. It's acute fatigue brought on by extreme sleep restriction or extended hours awake within 1 to 2 days. Michael, you should see that all the time too. Other one is cumulative fatigue. That is fatigue brought on by repeated mild sleep restriction or extended hours awake across a series of days. And then the third fatigue is circadian fatigue, refers to reduced performance during nighttime hours, particularly during an individual's window of circadian low, typically between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. I'm there. I'm up all the time during that. So maybe that's my area.
Yeah.
But that's when I get most of my work done, though.
Yeah.
You know, in that time, the world is quiet.
Yeah.
You know, and
you know what? You just made me think of something right then on the spot. If frequencies and vibrations can be felt, you know, near and far, and you know how we always say, man, did y'all feel it in the air this week? That everybody was either this or that, or either this, and we all come together and have a like type of experience. Well, between 2 and 6 in the morning, if everybody's asleep, then the airways and the pathways are clear for more frequencies to come on,
yes.
It's
right.
Interrupted. So you have your even flow in operation, you know, with things that's going on typically in the day, because some people are moon people, some people are sun people, some people, you know, they can balance either one. It speaks to both of them. But yeah, once you have that sense of serene and calmness, you can operate and be creative.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff that comes out that
that's
you
my
probably
creative time.
Yeah. Certain things are woken up about yourself that you didn't even realize, but because you took that time out for yourself to just listen to nothing but silence, you'll be loud in your efforts, you'll be loud in your works. You know, you don't have to say a damn thing, but yo, I did this.
Even if I'm on the phone, I'm still I'm serene during that time.
Yeah.
Because the world is blocked out. I'm like, I love it when the not the world, I'll say this country for the most part, you know, area, but it depends on what area you're in. But for the most part, it's blocked out and you feel a silence and you feel like my world is asleep. I can work now. I can breathe now. I don't have the exhaustion that they bring to me, because people, and we'll talk about that, people can bring so much exhaustion. Interruption.
Yeah, you have to like.
And
go ahead.
I was just reading this article the other day. I'm gonna bring some things to it, from it to you all in just a moment. But I was reading about myself because I'm an introvert. I am an extroverted introvert. I used to be an introverted introvert, but now I'm an extroverted introvert. And so sometimes when people are too much right here, and I find myself and I'm looking at them, so to speak, like, shut up. You're just too close to my world. And that's how I would have pulled out.
Hold up. There go that backhand again. Y'all remember that backhand? Backhand hand. Introvert my.
I just want to pull down the shade.
And the introvert my extrovertness.
Yeah, you introvert on the mode in the shower, but after that, anybody can get it. Come on now.
I think this industry has forced me out of my stage of introvert, being an introvert. This industry pushed me out there.
I would say woken you up.
Wow.
Let that flower blossom. You know, that you've been keeping under the shade. And I could say that about. I would like to say that about all of us. There's been something. There's been a seed planted in the shade when it needs sun. Sometimes you got to chop that tree down, man. Sometimes you got to chop the tree down, get the right sun, and let that shit grow. You know what I'm saying? Let people see what it really is. Let yourself see what it really is and where it's gonna go. Because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You got to cut down them trees, get out that certain shade.
Right. I tell you. But okay, let's break it down a little bit further. And I want everybody to talk about your own exhaustion. You just kind of heard me give the definition and maybe go a little bit of my own. What is it that you feel drags you into that place of exhaustion?
I say I get tired. Sometimes you have those moments where you do get tired of people, or at least certain people that they consistently keep bringing you, their woes and stuff like that. Not that they're inconsiderate that you don't have your own woes, but it's like sometimes it's like I can't handle it right now because I am handling my own stuff. But you tire me out too, because if I love you enough and if we're close enough and if we family or whatever, some of the stuff you tell me, I kind of take on some of it. It's like when you hurt her down, I'm hurt down, or I'm grieving with you if you've lost someone, just to help you, to let you know there, and I get how you're feeling. So on some of those things, you pick up that from other people, and it's kind of hard not to. So you got to figure out how do I still be in a safe space to kind of cleanse myself so I don't pick up too much of it. I want you to know I'm there for you and I'm feeling how you're feeling to a certain degree, but I still got to be me and push back some so I can be healthy enough to help you go, as you go through this. So I think that is draining too within itself, because not only are you carrying your stuff, you're carrying a little bit of this from, this person or that person or your loved ones that surround you.
Yeah.
So it definitely becomes a lot. It definitely becomes a lot. And then sometimes I have those moments to where, they calling or somebody's calling, but I really don't want to talk right now. I really don't want to, like I need my own, quiet space or place where nobody bothers me for a little bit. Like give me a day or two, and then I'll come around and be like, you know what, I was just feeling like this, and I just needed just a little bit of time to like think things through. So then, I get back on top of being me, get back into, being how I've usually been, or even better. So
okay,
just like my brother Michael said, he brought to my attention some years ago. You got to stay in your Zen zone. You got to stay in your Zen zone. Stay on your mat. Remember that you are an individual. Sometimes you have to separate yourself from the titles of being, the titles of that's tied to obligations. Being a mother, a father, a husband. You have to collect yourself before you can tend to those duties. Because if not, you're not helping anyone. You're not being a father. You're not being a husband. You're not being a wife. You're not being a mother. It's hard for you to do that if you don't get yourself back. If you don't recharge yourself, you're going to give energy half-ass. Make no mistake. It happens all the time.
Be drained, period. To just be drained, period. So it's definitely a practice of mine to, even if it's just like an hour or two, if it's not a day or two. Idea would be a couple of weeks, but
Hey, but look here, man.
But I was looking at
I was gonna say this: if your personality and your character is magnetized, as I say, right? As they say, magnetized, meaning like if you have an infectious personality, right? Well, there's people just come to you, and then you're like, you always seem the light of everything. When we're talking about this exhaustion, that within itself can be an exhaustion. Kind of like you was hitting on earlier, like, yo, I'm everybody's outlet, or I'm everybody's, go-to, and I love it, right? But man, I'm tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And part of the reason that y'all probably coming to me is because I am intuitive. You know what I'm saying? And I can feel your vibrations and your frequency, and I am taking on what you're doing, empathetic, sympathetic, prophetic. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't think they think of who do you actually go to if everybody go to you. Like who do who do I get it all out to? But I know what works to me and whom I let it out to.
Right.
And that's
so
my
being
fault.
at,
But check out this. This
Yeah,
goes
go
along
ahead.
with being that burnout. Yeah, this goes along with that burnout, the introvert burnout. This person made. He said, "Why do I find talking exhausting? People exhaust me. I know I'm introverted, but I feel too tired to socialize. I think I need more time alone." Than most people. Is there anything I should be doing differently? I want to have friends, but I don't want to feel super drained all the time, And some people feel that way where they feel like their friends and the other people are taking so much of their energy, because like Margo said, they want to tell you their issues, or they want to lean on you, and different things are pulling from you, and you're too tired to want to socialize with these individuals. Do you feel that way yourself, that sometimes you like, oh gosh, I just need more alone time, more me time, please don't come in this room, I'm in here by myself, please let me stay? Do you ever feel that way?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, but you have to also take notice, like, you have the choice of picking up that phone or not picking up that phone. To me, it's like it's a matter of who has the content of conversation that has positive vibes. You know not to pick it up, or you know not to call that person. It's like you call them just to do a service, and you wonder why you have nothing left after that conversation. That's on you. You know what they bring before you call them. You know they're gonna start with, "Man, you won't believe this shit. You won't believe." Like, bro, can you tell me? Like, read
And
me.
he was like,
Is
no,
this
yes, I will, because
read me the ingredients to a cereal box or something. Like, bro, tell me something positive. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I just know I've learned over the years. People just take up space.
Right.
Take up space. And you're in a box. You're in a box because you allow them to take up your space. Your space. You know what I'm saying? So that's we have to be responsible for that. We have to be
But
responsible.
sometimes you can't help it. Like if you're in the house with other people, you can't just be like all the time. You have to budget your time in that situation. Yeah, you do have to do some budgeting. Like for instance, like Veronica, Veronica put in the chat. I don't know if she's referring to when it comes to exhaustion, but relationship wise, what about relationships causing exhaustion? We know we talked last week about relationships and things like that, and we know that they can cause a great amount of exhaustion. What do you all feel about that?
The same thing. I mean, having the communication. I mean, knowing actually when someone needs a space, pretty much having a conversation about it. That's the most important thing, because you really don't know unless you have dialogue. You don't know when to step in, or you might step in on them when they're in their train of thought, or having their own process. Like me and my wife, we're learning to do that. We forget to do that along the way, to respect each other's space and time that they want for themselves. So sometimes you want to take off that crown and for a moment, take off her empress crown for a moment, like, hey, this is me right now. Respect it. Just it's a conversation that particular part of the conversation shouldn't have to be had. When you see them in their own, respect it. Say, hey, all right, baby, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Worry about we'll do what I gotta do with it. I'll deal with myself. There's a lot of things that people come at you with, they can handle it on their own. But because you're always making yourself available, they will subconsciously sometimes take advantage of that. So yeah, I mean, it happens.
Well, let's talk about social exhaustion. We'll back up and talk about more things. I just want to bring this to the forefront right here. Here's some signs of social exhaustion: feeling detached or numb from other people, feeling like you can't focus on anything, having a headache or migraine, fatigue and low energy, experiencing an emotional meltdown, irritability, depression.
Oh man.
They're at risk of experiencing a burnout with those type of situations. So when it comes to social exhaustion, social burnout, I know I'm traveling through this tonight, and I'm going to different places, and we'll back up and talk about more individual things that you all feel. Do y'all hear that doggone keys again tonight?
Yeah.
The keys are bad.
A little bit.
chat.
Yeah, so somebody is the keys. I can hear the chat box. What y'all doing? Checking to see to make sure the words we say the right words. We ain't talking about none of those crazy issues tonight. So get off our backs. But
just cuss them out. Just cuss them out.
I think it's Veronica.
Well, she's muted. She's
she muted.
right?
She muted her thing. Yeah.
Okay, it might be they might be trying to get us through Veronica. That's what it is. But when it comes to social exhaustion, where these things where you feel like you don't want to socialize, even on social media, and that kind of social exhaustion. You don't want to be on social media. You don't want to be social in front of your friends or even family members, and you just kind of want to be off to yourselves. That's another kind of exhaustion.
It is, because I just deleted a whole bunch of social media things. It is. You just get plain out exhausted, man. Like just from the world itself, from like I said, it's the energy level. And then I think it all depends. It depends on where you at in your life too. You know what I mean? Because you could be at peace in one situation, but exhausted somewhere else. You know what I mean? And I always have my little my little anagram or whatever of Miss Pies, you know what I'm saying, which is mentally, spiritually, physically, intellectually, emotionally, sexually, right? And all of those things right there are pretty much the things that we, it affects us in some way, form, or fashion. Like without those things, life is not even a factor, you know what I mean? Like, so, but anyway, when you go through them things, man, think about this, like you could be in a messed up mood. And then somebody call you. Now, either that mood carries over and you be like, I ain't answering no calls, or you be like, oh snap, that's my mom's, right? And so you pick the phone up. Now, your mom's is celebrating good news, but you exhausted and you trying to shut down or wind down or whatever, or you just not really feeling it, but it was mom, so you got to do it. But now let's just say they celebrating good news to you. You're exhausted because you're exhausted. Like, damn, I'm exhausted and I'm trying to wind down, but now I gotta turn it back on because I gotta celebrate good news with whoever's on the phone. And, I'm just saying moms, right? Because that's most people don't answer the phone for their mama, right? But then now you have to engage in this, so you can't even be tired and exhausted because being tired and exhausted requires more work. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you turn back. I don't know. I'm just trying to say, we always say how one thing can bring your energy down, but what happens when you're down and somebody requires you to be up?
That's what I'm saying. It's like you have nothing left. It's like you flick that on and off switch long enough.
Yay, good job for you. It's just like half-ass.
It's a half-ass.
You gotta fake it, I guess, to a certain extent.
So hold on, see, that's the thing. You gotta fake it. You gotta dig in. It's like you gotta work off of fumes. So the engine is already empty. So now you're going off of fumes. Then it's like it's not authentic. It's no longer authentic. You keep flipping that on-off switch long enough, that bulb is gonna blow out. It's gonna blow out. Straight up.
Or you just tell them like, that's good, and then give me a day or a few hours, then I'll call you back with some excitement or something. Because I ain't got it.
That bulb is going to blow out because as you engage in all of these things that turn you on or turn you on, you know what I mean? There is no thing. Watch this. There is no thing that is current or relative in order to keep your bulb from blowing out due to the things that's turning you
reconnected to your source. Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess in a way, whenever I do feel myself just completely being, just like you said, burnout, exhausted, of course, I always have a child come in and do something, vibing for my attention. Something. Right. I think for me, even though I am exhausted, I'm tired, I'm fed up and burned out, I just want to go to bed or whatever. I think it's the love that I have for that child and wanting to see that child respond in peace and happiness to what is, to the engagement that's going on. I never want to shut my kid down like, no, I'm too tired for that, just go away or whatever. So whenever they come in and they're trying to tell a joke or they're trying to, sing a song or whatever, and I'm completely exhausted, I try to remember how I felt as a child whenever I tried to talk to my mom or talk to, my dad or whatever, and we were engaged in some type of communication, and I was trying to get their attention and trying to express to them how I felt, and they shut me down. I tried to remember how I felt in that moment. And so when I remember that, then I immediately just snap out of it like, hey, what are you trying to tell me? Sing me a song, baby. Tell me.
Yeah. So in some cases, man,
lost Bridget. Okay,
yeah, but in some cases, man, like to where she was going with it, I understand what she's saying, because you know what I'm saying, like, single parents don't ever get a chance to be exhausted.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? You hear a lot of people, and I never understood this phrase. I heard it all the time. Y'all know what I'm talking about, until I got grown. When you hear somebody say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure some comedian probably covered this somewhere else, but when I listen to that phrase, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, think about the times when you said it, or when you've gotten to that point, and what all it took for you to even say that, to utter those words. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So when somebody say that they're exhausted and they tired, and you sick and tired of being sick and tired, but then you still gotta, be mama, be daddy to whatever or whomever, to whatever situation or circumstance you're in, you don't ever get the chance to reset, relax, recharge, reset. You see what I'm saying? And how often do you get to do all three? See what I'm saying? You may be able to do 1, 2, but you don't ever get to do all three. The only time we get to do all three is when we on vacation. But while we on vacation, we think about the kids still back at home, so we never really, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
So
I understand.
You just breaking dreams tonight, brother. You
have to have a whole mental process and stop the guilt trip in your head, because you want to have a good time and relax.
Man.
But them kids are probably at home acting a fool, and you probably have to get a phone call. Hey, talk to baby girl. You're like, I'm around. I'm not around the corner, y'all. I'm in another state. Calm down. Like, I can get you in 5 minutes. It's gonna take me a day.
Well, I'm really thinking right this moment. We've been talking about our gathering, and we'll talk about that off air. But are y'all going to be able to concentrate? Do I need to collect? Do I need to collect some phones?
Man, probably. I would collect phones. Hey, hold on now. If you start collecting phones at the door, they might think you somebody else.
There you go.
Oh, something else about to go on. Yeah.
Right. Taking blood samples and shit. Give me your phone. Give me your phone and bring it.
No pictures now.
Because we got to make sure that you turn off. Because what I realized this, and I said this to a friend today, and I think Michael said it to you a couple of weeks ago. What I realized is that sometimes you do everything that you feel like you need to do over and over, every day, over and over, every day, and you realize, hey, I'm not even having fun. And you realize that you're going through all these days, and you're doing everything that you have to do. You're not hardly doing anything that you want to do, and you're not enjoying life.
Right, you're a robot.
Yeah.
I'm laughing
because I mentioned that today. I'm laughing because I mentioned that today when I made it home. I say this on top of this, on top of this. I say, yeah, I'm finna my brain's finna bleep out, and I'm finna be on autopilot, and I'm finna turn it to the robot. And I was doing that literally today in the kitchen with my son. I say, to keep myself from going crazy, I'm finna shut it off, like completely off.
Right.
And that just you gotta push back some, because it's like it's so much out there, and there's so many people out there, And Mike was saying like some people were going through some stuff last week. I think I was fine last week, but I think this week I caught up to everybody else. You know, like all kind of shit was hitting the fan, and I'm like, whoa, like okay, like
let me bring y'all a scenario. Well, let me bring this to you real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off, Margo. Sometimes with y'all, I kind of slide in real quick before somebody talks. So I come in right on the tail end of y'all's words because I'm trying to get in there. The introvert, the soft-spoken personality in me causes me to do that to make sure that I can get in and get my words. Because if not, if I don't play double dutch with y'all and jump in, I might not get in. So what about this? There's a whole exhaustion that's going on right now with not only our country, it's the world. We have all these things that have been placed upon us ever since the pandemic. You know, all stuff where people are afraid. They're afraid to live. They can't go anywhere without the facial diapers to the, gloves. Some people with gloves. Some people don't want to go here. Some people don't want to gather with friends. They don't want to go to restaurants anymore. They don't want to do anything because the fear. It's all the fear mongering that has been placed upon us. So that is exhausting all by itself. And one day I realized that even my friends that, let's say, for instance, I want to go out and eat with someone, they don't want to go anywhere because of their mind, the fear mongering that's taking place. And that to me is also exhausting, the things that have been placed upon us, because there is an awakening that's happening worldwide, but sometimes it's a slower process for some people. They're at different levels, and they still want to stay in seclusion when we need to get back to living again. So what do you all feel about that as far as exhausting? We are, as a world, we're exhausted with the narrative. We're exhausted with everything. And we can try to talk about it without mentioning some of those key words. But the narrative and all that, isn't that like extremely exhausting?
It is. And as the conductors of our lives, and we enter into a realm of frequencies where we transmit and or receive energies. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It allows for you to take in those various things, you know what I'm saying, that information that you're receiving. And then what are you sharing out? What they say, input equals output.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that continuation of receiving something and giving something and so back and forth. You are tired. Everything tired. Like dealing with, like you just said, dealing with life itself. Man, I gotta get up and I gotta drive to work. For some people, that may be perfectly okay, but for some of us, we scared as hell driving to work.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm just saying it, and all of that stuff is tied. Is what adds to your exhaustion? Code switching.
Right.
For those who do it, it's exhausting as hell. You know what I'm saying? We wake up, you know what I'm saying, with what I say, forced smiles and masked personas in some cases.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's exhausting. So all of that shit that you just said, right? Everything that you said, hey, in the life and in receiving all this stuff, then man, that shit is tired, and it make you tired, and it make you mad, and it make you upset, and then you find few moments to actually smile. You know what I mean? That's why people be looking up the videos and shit all day. They looking for something to make them laugh in the world full of whatever. You know?
That's why people be TikToking all day and IG and all that all day long, because we have forgotten as a world, as a nation, and as a world, as a community, how to laugh, how to do things together, because the fear mongering has caused people to fear being around one another. Now, we've been around one another all our lives. We've been catching colds, healing our bodies, because the human body heals itself. I must stress that yet again.
It's so much fear. Motherfuckers scared to talk.
Yes.
Yes. Fear is that's what they want. It's the experiment.
Right.
It's where we're all, so I guess, quote unquote, guinea pigs, getting to our reactions. Okay, let's throw this in the community. Let's see how they act. Let's put a gun store next to a liquor store. Let's see how they act. Let's throw in some STDs in there. Let's throw in some COVID in there. Let's throw that in the mix.
Right.
Let's stir that. Let's let them stir it up themselves. Let them stir each other up themselves.
Right.
So the bottom line is, once we look at the big picture, what the intentions are, I think that I feel that one by one we'll be able to set ourselves free and each other, depending on who you associate yourself with. You know, once you see that the big pictures that we're being experimented on, and you wake the hell up like, wait, what the? You unplug the back of your head, you detach yourself from that system and that way of thinking, out of that fear, because that's how they get paid. That's how the people get paid. They get paid off of our fear.
People scared to talk. People scared to talk.
The basis of connection, of human relationships.
But you know, along that lines, right there, this fear to talk, and what you're saying too, Rick. That's the reason for the facial diaper. The facial diaper is the way it is the reminder of that thing that used to be on the face. Remember back in the day, I have to find it. It was a device that they would put on the face to keep the person from talking. You go into stores. The facial diaper is what keeps the folks from saying hello and speaking to one another. You'll have some people that will rise above that, but it keeps a lot of people in their own world. We've discussed this, Michael. It keeps a lot of people in their own world, and it gives them an excuse not to be human with you.
It keeps them in their own delusion. It keeps them in their own delusion.
I speak to all of them. I don't give a damn whether I got something on my face or not. I'm gonna make you talk. If you don't talk,
I never wear the diaper. I never wear the diaper.
Sideways. They look at you
sideways. Don't talk.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna cuss you out just because you ain't said nothing.
They're looking at you sideways when you're talking to them. It's like, wait, what? You still human? You still human? That's how I receive it. Like, bitch, you still human?
I mean, I open the door. I hold the door open. Because you know how you hit the door. You stand at the stove. You trying to be nice. You go. No. I got it. Good morning. How you doing today? You can tell they don't want to talk to you. You can tell they like you done did it with so much energy. You done did it with so much energy.
Like,
and you cause
they don't say thank you.
Hey, look,
I'll be like,
with so much
you
energy.
welcome.
You don't cause everybody to look at you because you got so much energy. Now they didn't want to speak to you for whatever reason, but now they have to. Oh, good morning. Like, how you gonna be mad as fuck telling me good morning?
They're showing you who they really are. That's all that is. This is just a catalyst. They're letting you know who they always have been. And then these face draws. We need these face draws as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? So this is their poor behavior, and they're allowing us to be heightened, with a mix of fear and using that as an excuse. Oh, I got to take precautions. Oh, I don't want to shake your hand. And then later on down the road, you realize how much bullshit that it is. You missed out on opportunities to connect and gain yourself back. You forget who you are. You forget who you can be. Connecting with other people, you're pretty much putting a brick wall in between you and possibilities.
Hey, let me ask y'all this, based off of what Rick just said. How do you respond? And we're gonna go from my screen now. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go from my screen, and I'm starting with Tandy girl. How you respond to stuff like that? When that happens, when you either you're purposely being energetic to try to remain human and keep on and hold on and project positive vibes, and it's not received well, or when the opposite happens and then you end up having to let them know you ain't to be played with. So how do you how do you respond in those situations, the ones that Rick just explained to us?
Well, this is what I do. I am an eye contact person. So I bring you into it with me looking at you, and you can see the smile in my eyes before I even open my mouth. So even though my mouth is not covered, because unless I am in the doctor's office, and they tell me that I have to cover my mouth in the doctor's office, I don't wear a facial mask. And so you're gonna see my smile straight up. Hey, how you doing? And if they don't say anything back, I'll be like, okay. Okay, you know, I kind of like do that. I sometimes, depending on if they're older or younger, I might say it under my breath or two out where they can hear it. Depends on what the situation is, you know, how I feel. I might be like, okay, you know, whatever, but I don't let it bother me because I am being a person who is open and trying to connect. And you can't help sometimes that a person is cut off, shut off, and believing in the craziness in the world. They just may be suffering, but and you know, just you never know what their whole situation is. So I kind of let it go and keep moving.
Well, you know, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, as there's like so many versions. It was just a premeditated idea, in a cinematic form, just letting us know what is going on and what is happening now. You know, some people you just can't bring back. That's not your place to try to bring them back. Either they want to be there, or they don't, or they're just comfortable. They're so reliant on what the powers that be say and do, to where they're more comfortable with just being complacent, not reaching out, not connecting. Get who they are and who they really wish to be around. It's going to get to the point, you know, I'm not going to speak that into existence, but I feel like it's coming to a point that people even get offended by even a smile. Oh, wait, they're already doing that bullshit. They're easily offended by a smile or a simple kind gesture. Not even kind gestures can send your ass to court. You know what I'm saying? So
I think we're gonna lose those type of folks in just a moment. You know, y'all know how I feel about that. Yeah. So yeah, but you're right. There are some people out there who are like that, but I think they gotta go because all of us other ones are gonna outnumber all that crazy. But I want to know with Margo and Rick and Bridget, you know, Michael's question as to how you handle that when you are somewhere and you're being your energetic self, and then you got a person who is so shut off, closed off, or what have you. How do you handle that situation?
I'm gonna let the ladies go on this.
I think for me, I haven't had that problem. Either I'm with all my kids and they're not wearing masks and they're gonna get your attention. You're not gonna get any type of attitudes with them at all because one Jeremiah's just gonna go flip off on you, or you're gonna see my daughters and be like, "Oh, they're so cute," and my daughters they'll run up to anybody, just hug them or interact with them. So when I'm with my kids,
one that's gonna ask for his poppy in the middle of all of that shit,
and he will. It doesn't matter where we are. Josiah, he's gonna walk up to you. He's gonna wave at you. When we're at the school, going to the school, he waves at everybody. And I get nothing but compliments about my kids. How friendly they are and sweet and kind and this and that. So when it comes down to, I know my kids interact with people. They don't have that issue. When I'm with my kids, I don't have that issue. When I'm alone, I'd be so in my own world or listen to my music or something, to the point where I'm just trying to get in, get out, and take care of my business. But I'm always trying to make sure that when I do pass somebody, I'm smiling, or I try to make sure my eyes smile if I have my mask on. If I'm not, wear my mask, I at least try to make sure I'm courteous. I'm from Texas, so if I pass you, I'm gonna say hi. Whether you say hi or not, it's up to you. That's your problem. That's your business. I'm gonna say hi, and I'm gonna keep on pushing. I don't ever try to worry about what everybody else is trying to do, because like that's their problem. That's not mine. I'm not gonna let somebody else's foul mood or foul vibes, dictate how I'm gonna respond or act.
That's right.
So that's just my take on it.
I like that. Like that.
Yeah.
Margo, go.
Well, for me, usually, I'll be like Bridget too. Sometimes I'll be in my own world and just be moving because I'm like, okay, I need to take care of this task. And after that task, I got another thing and another errand to run. But usually if somebody's being kind to me, of course, I'm saying thank you, especially if somebody's holding the door open for me. Can't ignore that at all. Just the same as I'll hold the door open for somebody. I'll speak and say hello, especially if I know you or have known you somewhere, passing by. I'm going to say, hey, we might not do the hug, but we'll do a fist bump or something else. Or, something that just is relatable to each other and what we're most comfortable with. But anybody that doesn't speak or whatever, but like, okay, yeah, like, did I say it loud enough? I know I said it loud enough, but okay, but they, sometimes you halfway check yourself, you're like, Is the mask really melting my world?
Right.
Like, but
I do it
if
twice.
anything, I'm like,
I do it twice. When I do it
oh,
twice, I
it's
be like, "Good morning, how you doing?" And the motherfucker won't say
Right.
nothing. I said, "Good morning, how you doing? You all right? You all right? Did you sleep good?" And see, and that's when I go overboard. At that point, I'm like, "Did you sleep good?"
That's that energy, but hold on, that's that energy that we're giving them. We're going overboard.
Right.
We need
And
to
Michael's right. He does do that. he
but
does
a lot
do
of
that.
times we need that. We're going to make a point, yes, but at the same time, that's taken away from you. You can like actually preserve that for somebody that actually deserves that.
Right.
Hear me out. Preserve that.
yeah.
So you
I'm
can
still
actually,
usually courteous and nice, especially if you hold the door open for somebody. And sometimes it be youngsters that don't even be thinking you hold the door open for them, and they don't even be thinking to say thank you. I was like, you welcome. I say,
right,
you welcome.
with that, like I
Well,
said,
I love it though when I see young people very courteous though. I think it's so cute when they'll be like, "Ma'am this, ma'am that."
Yeah.
I think
Saying
it's so
yes,
cute.
sir, no, sir. But here's the thing: we got to remember to preserve that, to give it to those that deserve that. You dig?
Ooh.
You got to preserve that so you can give it to those that actually deserve that. And then passing, because I'm going to know. I'll know. We've learned enough to read or to have a sense of discernment. You know how and whom to deliver. Hello, how you doing with eye connection, eye contact. I'm a big eye contact person because if I'm talking to you and you looking left to right, I don't know whether to put you left or right. You dig? So
Right.
this is pretty much, to me, it's remedial. Also, people's who they really and truly are is coming out with this handicap, coming out with these face draws. They're just reminding you, and they're just hiding who they really, really are and who they're comfortable being. So it's nothing new to any of us. It's like they're just showing their asses more. You dig? So I just let people, hey, I'm gonna say hello. You don't speak back. Hey, enjoy the rest of your life, so I can preserve the rest of mine. I'm good. How you feel about me greeting and saying hello. That's how I was raised. However you feel about it, if you're not receptive, that is none of my business. That is none of my business.
Right.
So in them moments where maybe y'all feel exhausted or burnt out, like, how do you recover? What's something that you do to recover?
Well, we can definitely do that, and I'm gonna tell you, just so that you all know, I do have some. We'll go into it in a minute, but not right now. We will go into some mental exhaustion and physical, ways to help people, because we like to do that here on the show. But first of all, I'll let everybody else talk first, and then I'll say what I do, and then we can go into some remedies to help other people. So, Margo, what do you do?
I will more than likely try to set aside some quiet time to read some scripture or to go tackling it in detail. Taking bits and pieces and breaking it down to where it's a real deep understanding for myself, as well as movies, and do special treats. Like I'll do one of those. It's hard for me to pronounce the charcuterie boards with the cheese and the crackers, and have my little glass of something special to drink. And I'll sit with like some chocolate and I'll watch a movie or two, and then I'll be good. Or it'll be like a little retail therapy, or some kind of arts, writing poems, or just creating, just whatever it is I feel like at the moment I have to do some artsy here and there. Or just really, too, like Rick was saying, music. I'll be in a different zone and world with some music for a while, until like, okay, that song motivated me enough, so okay, let me go back out there. So that's what I would do. But I'd love to be in that financial zone, to be okay. I deserve a 3-day getaway for something. A 3-day getaway for something, just to sit. If it means to just get like this little special room in the woods to sit where it's all windows around, and I just sit there and I just view everything that's going on.
She got country in the motherfucker.
I would.
If I'm just in the middle of the woods, but ain't no windows around.
No, I said where all the walls are pretty much windows, and you can do that tent.
I'm off the grid. I'm off the grid. This what I do to reset.
Yeah.
She got cow patties in the front yard. Bullshit.
No, not like that. No. It's gonna be like some glamping, camping with some cute style to it, and I do that.
Right.
Because I did some old school camping, so
that has been it's funny you say that, because that's been the topic of conversation throughout the week is people. I don't know if it's the whole nostalgic thing, but people wanting to set up moments to isolate so they can reset and recharge through log cabins or camping or whatever the case may be. Some of the people want to just have that experience. My mom was talking about, the key, we got to teach these grandkids, how we came up. So they kind of want to go and take them on like a camping trip and just kind of show them through camping. Okay, the folks that was in Texas that went through that winter freeze, it was a lot of people that didn't even know the basics of survival and what things to do to stay warm. Yeah. But sometimes the way my mom then was talking was like, hey, we go camping and we teach them how to get these brushes and these sticks to make a fire. You know what I mean? Or to do this or do that. Like, because those things, I don't know. Y'all know what the hell I'm trying to say. But anyway.
Yeah, that's just saying.
Just expounding on what Margo said. Yeah.
Okay. Bridget, Michael had asked a question about how everybody deals and relieves themselves from the exhaustion and everything and the fatigue. What steps you take in your personal world to bring yourself out of that when you find yourself falling in?
I sleep. Like when my kids go to school. When my kids go to school, like on Mondays, I'm serious. Too. During the week, I'm making my business to, like, especially on Mondays, I deal with them all weekend long. On Mondays, when they go to school, I go to sleep. I'll take a whole lazy day. When I was working my classes, I always had an assignment due on Monday, so I couldn't go to sleep on Monday, so I would go to sleep on Tuesday. So Tuesdays was my every weekly holiday lazy day. But when I get to the point where I'm just completely exhausted, stressed out, burnt out, and I just get away, I'll go to the lake by myself, chill out for a while. And I try my best now to at least take a 3-day, vacation, mini vacation, at least once or twice a year now. My mama don't like it. She's up to mine. I have too many kids be trying to go on a vacation. I'm like, what do kids have to do with it? I'm just like, what does love got to do with it? What do kids got to do with it? I'm grown, single. Either I take a break from them or you take a break from us. You can take a break. I'll pay for your vacation, but I'm going on a vacation too.
So you take a break. Either she
I just have to let her know, like, I need that.
Right. I get that.
All of y'all have a break mentally.
Somebody got a break. I get that. And that is necessary. That's not Rick. What do you do? What do you do?
It's a trade-off. Like, I'll go. My thing is, I'm a gamer. I love video games. You know what I'm saying? Love comedy. Love music. I would frequent this one spot here in Dallas. No, ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. But I frequent this one spot probably once a month, and it's wonderful. I used to do art exhibitions there 5 years running until, of course, COVID hit. But I would go there, have a couple of drinks, and the worst thing to have in your circle are barbacks and bartenders, and one of the individuals happens to be the general manager. You're not leaving out there walking straight. Sorry. You're not leaving out there walking a straight line. Sorry. But that comes with it. That's the beauty of it. But or I would just listen to some jazz or some drum and bass, some ambient drum and bass, some Brazilian jazz, and just paint. tell myself, everybody, all y'all, I'm good. This is me. Right. I need to swim in this. I need to live in this. You know, I have to get myself back. I need to recharge myself. I need to make myself get back to who I am. I need to remind myself who I am without any validation. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that takes a lot of energy out of most of us that practice validation, needing it from others, even from your own family. You know what I'm saying? Because if anything, what helps also is like if I'm working and my baby boy, he comes upstairs and you're asking for like the last 2 pieces of meat or whatever. And no, son, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and eat it. I'm good, son. I'll find something else. No, dad, it's okay. It's okay. So you bring me up the food, plate of food, and some hot sauce. That no, like my right. This is my baby. Like what? You know what I'm saying? But that's like, you know, building relationships and you know, teenagers. God, sometimes you just want to take them back and get them refurbished. You know what I'm saying? But like these tiny little, these small, huge gestures, like, you know, that's even enough for me. And I'm feeling like I'm the king of everything I step on and see. You know, just little things like that, like involuntarily things. Or I would just, as Sister said, go to the lake. Me and my wife would go to the lake. Just let the wind blow away everything.
Beneath your wings.
Bruh.
All right. All right.
You know,
it's the song. You know what I'm saying? You are the wind beneath my wings.
Okay. Veronica just joined us again. Let me see if she wants to give her information. Veronica, we're talking about what you do to relax yourself and come out of a state of exhaustion. What do you personally do to change that when you're going through it?
Relax yourself, bro.
For me, I listen to gospel music. Hey. I get in my little zone. I get in my little zone, listen to gospel music. I pray. Just stay to myself.
All my people say
it's open.
All my people say.
You said something, Lito. You said something. Stay right there, Doc. Stay right there.
That relaxes me. When I listen to gospel music, it relaxes me. You know, it takes me into another level. You know,
right?
Yeah. It really, it just makes me feel like I'm, you know, I can get things back on track when I, you know, especially when I'm praying or listen to, you know, getting the word. You know, listen to the word. I'm you know, I'm good.
Meditate on it.
I'm with that. You know, I'll tell y'all this, and I'll tell you what I do, and then we'll hit the chat for a moment because Toshiba had some comments in there. So, you know, Michael, if you don't mind hitting that chat in a few moments, and then we'll go into some of the ways to help everybody else. But me personally, I am that music person too. But now my taste changes all the time. It's whatever for that week or that day that bring me out, but I'm not going to sit there and listen to it. I am dancing because I got to get in those steps. So right here in this room, usually at the, you know, I walk the dog and all during the day in the afternoon, but right here in this room, I'm getting in my steps and I'm dancing to something. This week, this was Brownstone. I went back and grabbed Brownstone. Yes, I was that grapevine, all that. I was just doing my thing.
That's the real life days right there.
Yes, and so, I was grabbing all that this week. I even had some Sorrells and Alexander O'Neal Saturday Love. Whatever it is that takes me to a nice, fine place, nostalgic place. Things are light and fun, music. I'm going there.
So
that's what I do. Mine is mostly music and dancing and stuff like that. Sometimes I go into art mode. You know, sometimes I might be in an art mode or whatever, but I don't go there that often because I am just that meticulous Libra that doesn't like to be dirty, and I get dirty at my hands with that charcoal. And so sometimes, unless I feel like that mood that I want to be in, that I kind of just dance or something. But Michael, go ahead and hit that chat for me real quick.
So I'm trying to hit something chat, but the thing is not doing what it need to be doing. So you said somebody had a comment, and I can't find that additional person that you said had a comment. So is it, which platform is it on? Because I'm on YouTube.
Okay, let's see where the platform, because you're right. I actually have all the other things. It's on Facebook. Toshiba's on Facebook. So actually, I'll do it myself here because I'm looking at the Facebook, and you have to be looking at my page on Facebook in order to see this. And we were talking about something, and she was talking about a frame of mind. Fear is a low vibration. Yes, fear is definitely a low vibration. And she was saying you have to establish boundaries. I'm sure that was in the conversation about people, boundaries, crossing boundaries when you're dealing with folks, you know. And we were going through that whole thing, how they can exhaust you. And so let's see, she was saying grounding and connecting to nature. I guess that is what she does, hot baths and hot sauna when it comes to how to relax herself when Rick exhausts her so much.
You know, all the places
that's what she has to do where Rick is really just tearing her brain. It is what she has to do in order to survive it all.
I do. I give her a hard time, but don't you better leave out the good.
That's a shame. That's a downright shame.
What's a shame, Veronica?
Look here.
He gets on her nerves like that.
Hey, hello. Hey,
It's a mess.
Man.
Get off that woman's nerves.
Here's
she's playing joust. She's playing joust tonight. No.
If we go into an area of, if you're talking about mental exhaustion, fatigue, and all that, you know, like we always do, we always like to give the audience something to chew on. So if they're experiencing some extreme exhaustion and fatigue, it's just something to help out. So this is an article from healthline.com. It's called How to Treat and Prevent Mental Exhaustion. Because a lot of what we go through is physical, but it's also mental. You know, there's, I guess you can say that the symptoms of it is, or the whatever. Yeah, I can't get the words out right now. The scenario. I know. Yes. Okay. You might notice mental exhaustions, sometimes called mental fatigue, if you frequently work or study for long hours with few or no breaks, spend a lot of time each day dealing with overwhelming responsibilities, live with mental health symptoms, or devote a lot of mental energy each day to thinking through problems, worries, or other sources of stress. And just this right here is what really hits me, because on a daily basis, the mind is thinking so hard. The mind is putting so many scenarios. The mind can be the weapon sometimes, you know, so therefore that causes the mental exhaustion. So I can understand what this particular article is saying. So they were saying mental versus emotional exhaustion. Generally speaking, mental tends to refer to cognitive skills like thinking, memory, decision making, or problem solving. Emotional, on the other hand, has to do with feelings, including your ability to identify, process, or express them. And you might notice emotional exhausting when navigating difficult, painful, or unwanted feelings such as grief, sadness, anger, loneliness, anxiety. And how many of us have been experiencing all that because either losing people who have passed on, who have left the body, anger over different things, loneliness, anxiety over the different things that are happening in our lives. And so both mental and emotional exhaustion can leave you feeling detached, unmotivated, apathetic, and trapped. And these challenges you're facing might seem impossible to overcome, and you might feel too drained to keep trying.
I can see that. If you in grind mode day in and day out,
right,
and you got love, and you, like you said, we on a routine, we robots, so we on autopilot. So we know they have to get up, fix breakfast, get the kids out the door, to the school, go get here, go to work, do this. But then, like, work ain't even a factor. Work is like a break based off your everyday life, right? But you still got them things rambling in your head going on their own. But then that right there is playing all the time. So, like, when you think about, let's just say, an energy bill, and you're like, man, my light bill keep going up. So you done turned everything off in the house, but the refrigerator's still plugged up because it's still running, it's still going. You know what I mean? Like, just certain things are still in play all the time, which is causing your bill to go up or increase. You know, y'all get what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, but
and it's some of those things you can't do anything about it, and it causes a worry or an exhaustion, and a lot of times you can't do a thing about it. You have to just deal with whatever it is. And so I get 100% wholeheartedly. You know, I've been going through that a whole lot. So they were talking about the mental and emotional signs. You know, we went through some of that, and the physical signs and the behavioral signs. So the article kind of goes into a little place about the physical exhaustion versus the mental. Let's get down to treating and coping with mental exhaustion. One of the first things it says, remove the stressor.
If you can.
Okay,
if you can.
This real quick. It says,
No. That's just in which universe?
Right. I know, right? So they're saying remove the stress. It says you may not always find it possible to eliminate the triggers of stress or fatigue, but this typically does offer one of the best ways to relieve stress in your life. Feeling overwhelmed by your responsibilities at work, asking your supervisor or coworkers to help with tasks, or try delegating some of your responsibilities to others. Have difficulty keeping up with your household responsibilities or caregiving? If you can't afford to pay a professional cleaning or other support, it may be worth asking friends or family members to help, to assist you. So that is one of the ways that they suggest is removing the stressor. Another way they said, and you all have said this too, take a break. Time to rest and recharge can go a long way towards easing feelings of mental exhaustion. A break might mean any of the following: clearing your schedule of non-essential tasks for a few days, taking an extended vacation, booking an hour of time for yourself each day. That's something that's key right there. Leaving your office during lunch and taking a full hour for a leisurely meal, walk, or other non-work activity, and setting aside an evening or two each week to have dinner or watch a movie with friends. Y'all said some of these things.
Yeah, I just found out that some of y'all in the workforce, y'all literally, your lunch break is only 30 minutes. Hell, you can't even go to the corner store.
Who?
You can't even go to the corner store and come back in 30 minutes.
McDonald's line for your combo.
And I know. So, but I'm saying this. I'm saying this because it sounded like, well, what the hell I got to do with the topic?
No.
But working a full day's work, and this like one of the things that add to exhaustion, and then how you trying to cope with it is like, how do you cope with that? How do you do whatever you got to do? Go to work where you spending 40 hours a week, but they only give you 30 minutes a day to enjoy your damn, like to even break and reset to come back and be productive.
To me, I think that's control, and I've been in that situation before. Yeah, I see that as an element of control, because what they're basically saying is, okay, I will give you a little time off slavery at the end of the day if you take 30 minutes at lunch. But they're also saying is, I'm gonna trap you into this 30-minute lunch so that you can't go anywhere or enjoy yourself or relax or do anything. I'm gonna trap you into this so that you will be right here at my beck and call. Because how much are you gonna do in that 30 minutes? Kate and point of Michael said, I'm
gonna tell you right now, if I sit down and use the bathroom, that's at least 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's at least 30 minutes now.
It's a whole newspaper.
That's enough time to walk from where your office is or wherever you at to the front of the building, step outside and breathe and walk back.
Now, you know what's crazy though?
Yeah.
But if you smoke, you get more breaks for smoking than you did if you didn't smoke and you still had to work through the whole day. Ask anybody that's smoking, do you get smoke breaks? If you don't smoke, you don't get no smoke break.
Right.
And
Yeah,
true.
we're gonna give you a break to slowly kill yourself.
I think you get 3.
I don't know.
You know, every time Rick say a hole this, a hole that, it made me think about, I'm sorry to bring up this, I'm sorry to bring this up, Michael, but when Michael showed his picture when he was heavy, and Rick said, you hold a whole lot of barbecue pits.
Are we roasting now?
You know, hey, I'm gonna open that can.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go. You got them goons. Started. Oh, Lord.
I'm sorry. He just came to me when Rick said that.
So Rick said a whole worm, and all you thought about was me eating some ribs.
But you know what? But it's okay because we got Rick. We got Rick.
Hey,
we got Rick too. We got Rick. We got Rick. So it's okay as long as I still have Rick.
What you
That's
mean?
a whole meme. That's the whole point, Jason. Like if I was to call that a meme, that meme would be a whole bunch. It'd be like, what the.
Hey, but you know what?
What the fuck is on my head?
This right here, what we're doing, I don't know how the hell everybody just got to giggling and laughing. But, you know, laughter is therapy.
It's a stress reliever. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a coping mechanism for when you are just plain burnt out and exhausted, is having somebody to come through or somebody that you know you can holler at that's going to make you chuckle, laugh, or just bring some type of positive energy. And I can't remember I don't want to misquote this, so if somebody can get on Google, but the broaden and build theory is a perfect example or model to kind of deal with what we're talking about. So if we're exhausted, we're kind of burnt out, we're kind of down, we're at a low point or negative vibes. Broaden and build theory is taking positive energy to deduct negative energy. You know what I mean? So you look for those things. Hey, who my silly person? Who the one I can get a chuckle out of, or whatever. Oh, if I call Tanya and I tell her that certain people is getting back in charge again, and that's a good 2-hour conversation right there. If I get her started, you know what I mean? Like,
get me revved up.
You know what I mean? Like,
you get me wound up and revved up. But I also like when y'all be laughing, because like that roasting, I tell you that roasting was good that night because I needed a laugh during that time, and we probably do some later tonight if y'all want to. But it really made me pull me out of that funk of where I am sometimes. Right. And when we were sitting here talking about things just now, my mind went ahead to how I was going to be feeling after this. And I said, oh, come on, girl. You can't live in the future. You got to live in the now. Don't think about how you're going to be feeling. Think about how you feel now. Yeah. You're fine right this moment. The future tonight could be just amazing. We don't know. So we can't borrow trouble, so to speak. Can't borrow the trouble. Let me finish this article. And we'll see. We'll see if y'all want to, what kind of fun y'all want to do. Okay. Relaxation techniques. Guided imagery, breathing exercises, and self-hypnosis. All examples of relaxation techniques that can help promote calm and ease stress and tension.
Breathing techniques.
Breathing. Evidence consistently suggests that meditation, that's why I do it all the time, mindfulness meditation in particular can do a lot to relieve chronic stress. Examples of some other relaxation techniques include yoga, tai chi, massage, aromatherapy, and progressive muscle relaxation. So those
and a visit to your local strip. No, let me stop.
Oh no!
I know, right? But I asked y'all last week, okay?
Or just plain old strangling somebody.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Look at his eyes.
I've tried the yoga, like yoga in the park. Like me and my sister have done that, and that was fun. It was something different, and it was relaxing. But I do want to get back on top of acupuncture. I have done that before.
Okay.
And the first time I've done it, I've had like some of the best sleep. The sleep where you sleep and you don't dream about nothing.
Yeah, you just slobber all over your pillow. You don't dream about shit, but you slobber everywhere.
But you just don't dream about that. It's just pure sleep. Like that, I was like, wow, forgot what that feel like.
Yeah.
But that's great. All them pressure points and them needles in places.
I like that.
Okay.
Don't it hurt?
It just depends. It depends. You have so many different.
Well, that wasn't a yes or a no. It just depends. That's just.
Well,
because we're not going.
I'm doing all that.
Like the one in my ear and stuff. Depending upon who you have and how they do it, maybe not. But I've had some that's been like on my foot, and it kind of hurt just a little bit. But after a while, your nervous system and all that stuff get to tingling, then you'll be fine.
Oh no, thank you. That's okay. I passed.
Yeah.
But it's something to it.
I'm on that. I'm on the pass list.
And the massages too.
I'm gonna quickly run through some of these other ones in case y'all want to do some other fun stuff. I'm gonna run through this real quick. And I'm gonna try to just go to y'all, we'll go back and forth, and we'll do a quick bounce because they got more in here than I had thought, and I want to get through them. Okay. I'm only going to briefly do parts of them, try to get more sleep. We already know that, like Margo just was talking about sleep just now with acupuncture. They're talking about quality sleep doesn't just promote good physical health, but also is essential for mental and emotional well-being. And they were talking about having 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I can't do that. 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That's like 2 nights for me. I can't do that.
I do about 6. 7 to 8 is ideal, but I'd love to get back to that. But about 5 or 6 is what I normally get.
I'm between 3 and 4. No matter what time I go to sleep, 3 to 4 hours later, I'm up.
Me too.
I'm up.
I know what time I get up every day. So if I go to bed late, I have to still get up at that time. Even if I went at 6 this morning, still had to get up. At my 9 o'clock hour, so it doesn't matter. So I go between 3 to 5. 3 to 5.
For some odd reason, it's like if I'm in the hospital, if I'm in the hospital, I sleep longer. But if I'm home, I can't get that sleep. I wake up 3-4 hours later, every 3-4 hours, or every 2 hours.
Hospital is the best sleep until the nurses come in and mess with you.
Yeah, but I have a CPAP machine also. So if I get on my CPAP machine, then I can sleep. But
I got a CPAP machine. And boy, if you use it that's most people probably they don't use it like they're supposed to every night.
Use it like you're supposed to.
If you use it like you're supposed to, you might you wake up revived and refreshed. But then let's say you use it for a couple of nights and then you don't use it because CPAP to me you stop breathing in your sleep. You know what I'm saying? You wake up with your heart beating 100 miles an hour because you can't. I'm telling you what happened to me when I use it. You know what I'm saying? The sleep is perfect. When I don't use it, you wake up scared as hell. You wake up scared as hell. Lord, you tried to get me, didn't you? Like
Let me move from Michael start up. Oh, jeez. Joseph Anberry. Let me move on. Okay, the next one is, but they say a few hours to get you a few ways to get you some sleep is to take a hot bath, try some yoga, swap out your phone your phone or your computer for a book or a coloring book or soothing music, and dim or turn off unnecessary lighting. Coloring book, I might want to start coloring again, but that's because coloring is cute. Okay, here's another one. Keep a gratitude journal. When you're already feeling drained and low, negative, distressing thoughts can seem to be even more overwhelming. So they say the challenge is to get those unwanted emotions and thoughts out of the way. So you can set, let's see, here's some things that you can gratitude and gratitude exercises that you enjoy, blah, blah, blah. Great overall well-being, fewer symptoms of physical illness, reduced stress. I guess that's what it does. Greater happiness, more relationship satisfaction, improved sleep, and better physical health. You can see that didn't resonate as well with me. I ran through it so quickly because keeping that gratitude journal, I haven't kept the journal in years because Veronica, you know, my crazy sister, my sister used to go in and read diary journals and stuff, so I keep it around her ass used to go read my stuff.
The moment I saw Romeo take his shirt off.
We back on Romeo, huh?
I feel like a whole different Katrina flood.
Rick, shut up. I don't know if I'm the Nile or the Tigris and or Euphrates. Yeah, which one is it? But look here. Hey man, but look, I'm trying. The thing about the journal and all of that, I used to keep a journal, and then I messed around and went to go use the restroom, and somebody had read my journal while I was using the restroom, and then all hell broke loose. I got accused of being a terrorist and everything else. Like, you know what I mean?
So I told you, people with their eyeballs on your stuff.
Right. But here's the deal. You let's say you wrote a journal from your childhood and somebody find it now that you in your 40s or 30, whatever, however old you are.
Right.
Later in life, they find it. Do you know motherfucker read that journal and will judge your 5-year-old or 4-year-old self or 10-year-old self for what you is at that time? Oh, you're so. For example, I believe that men going through women's stuff. Oh, so you slept with 100 people and you ain't tell me, but you wrote it in a journal.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? Now, before you found out that information, pimp, you was perfectly fine with whatever she was giving you. So now that the numbers 100 and something wrong with it, like, come on now. You know what I mean? I'm just sorry. I know I went left, but
it's like your journal. Your journal is a different version of your medicine cabinet. Rick, shut up.
Hey, look, it could help. It could help artistic expression, writing it and getting it out. So sometimes just getting it out. You may not have nobody to talk to, but you may have, you can type it or write it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just scared to do it because.
But it can come back and bite you in the ass.
Hold on, you write it down.
I even put it in, and maybe one day you all will see it. It's even in my movie 6 in 1. The movie that I wrote, it has a situation of a journal and how a big secret came out by a journal being read and got into the hands of the wrong person. And so maybe I have that deep fear of writing things down for that reason.
Man,
your kids.
My daughter, exact same thing. She wrote stuff down in her journal. Now these kids have something that I call a death note. It's a book or something. I'll call it death note. So now the kids,
anime type thing.
So and she loves anime. So like that's all she does. She draws anime. So she decides to make her own personal death note journal. She wrote some stuff in there.
Excuse me.
It was seen at school.
A lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, and then got turned into the office and the authorities.
It can be.
Wow.
Yeah.
They try to interpret it.
That's why I don't like nothing in writing. I don't like.
The sad part is, that could be let's just say you have mental whatever, and that's your coping mechanism. That is your therapy, right?
Right.
You leave it on your desk if it's open, then it's meaning, well, they left it open, so whatever. But I had a motherfucker go through mine when it was closed. But something that's sitting on that paper, and no matter how you formulate, if you got a good lawyer, you might get up out of all that shit. But for the most part, you sitting there trying to convince somebody, oh no, that's just a song that I was working on. That's a script for a movie. It's not really what I think or what I was going to say. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you got to do all that shit. What you fucking with my personal shit for anyway?
Right.
Stephen King is getting paid for his.
And that's why I'm very, very touchy about putting anything in writing, because people can't be trusted sometimes in certain situations.
But
people know it is hell.
But it can help though. So I do want to put that out there. Like, just because certain people had certain experience, that don't mean that that's not what works for you.
Right.
Right. So, it still is a tactic that people can use. You know, just know your audience.
Exactly. And that's why some people put it under lock and key. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
you better. Right. Look, Veronica, my sister picked the lock.
It wouldn't surprise me none. That was my best friend.
That might be a friend.
The people are so nosy, and they'll take what you say and they'll misinterpret what you say.
Or make it into whatever the hell they want it to be. That's just it.
You knew what they knew what you meant, but they're gonna find any and every angle to demonize everything that you say. But this is the thing. It's because you have value. Because
they don't demonize.
It's because you have value.
What is it called?
Well, it's because you have
now
value.
my sister, the only thing that she did was
it's because you have
value.
value.
Did I freeze? I must have frozen.
Yeah.
Everybody freezing. All y'all freezing. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you right now, it look like y'all pop, locking, and dropping it. I'm telling you, this is what it look like. It look like y'all pop, locking, and dropping it.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. This one, I'm gonna go through this one kind of fast, because exercise, we pretty much know that exercise is something that you can do and how it is healthy for the body. And you know, sometimes mustering up the motivation, it may be tougher than usual if you already don't feel your best. But at the same time, regular physical activity can have a positive impact on your mood, energy levels, brain function, not to mention overall physical well-being. That's why I tell you, I dance all the time, because
or even going to a sauna. Going to a sauna, what?
Hot water. Hot water.
Very
hot
Okay, here's another thing.
Going to the restroom.
Which I didn't do.
That's because you said that, Mike. That's because you said that, because sometimes if I feel like, you know, if there ain't nowhere else in the house to go, I would actually go in the bathroom, turn the lights out, and sit there in the dark and pray. And just be by myself.
And you know what? Toshiba had said gratitude, talking about a gratitude journal. She said something you may not want anyone to read, write it down and burn it. Ooh. And it's a great way to release the negative energy or trauma. It's true. Burn it.
I wonder who else said that.
Did you say that? I tell you,
you did say that earlier.
You come in kind of low. Yeah, sometimes you come in kind of low. That's why I was telling you to make your mic a little more directional, because sometimes it comes in just a little bit low. Yeah, because I hear you after you get talking, but it comes in a little low at the beginning. All right.
Don't test me.
Don't test me. What?
Check in with your basic needs. This is another one. Sometimes rest can prove elusive no matter how exhausted you feel. If you're finding it difficult to recover from a prolonged mental or physical fatigue, a good next step might involve exploring whether you're meeting other important needs. Nutrition. Aim to eat a balanced diet and drink water throughout the day. Physical activity. Even if you don't feel up to work out, try the yoga, the workout, the gardening, walk through the neighborhood. Sunlight and fresh air. Spend some time in natural light each day, especially if you aren't able to exercise. It can offer great health benefits. And then also social support. Share your experiences with loved ones that can help you give the emotional support that you need, and perhaps even more tangible help from friends and family in a position to offer us assistance. So, check in with your basic needs is that one. So. All right, let's move to the next one. Reconsider your working conditions. If your job consistently demands more time and mental energy than you can realistically put in, it may not be a sustainable long-term career option. Okay.
My job just came in my cell phone just now, reminding me to do something I could have done Monday, but I gotta get it. So. Yeah, your job will let you know as long as they have access to it.
But here's some options for you. They're saying set firmer boundaries around working hours so that you can rest and relax each day. Ask your supervisor about potential workplace changes that could ease some of the burden. Set aside a few hours a week to search for a new job and take 20 minutes each day to network and explore job opportunities.
You're right. Hey, because somebody said it earlier when they were talking about coping and using these strategies. We're talking about yoga and being what yoga was, or whatever the case may be, like resetting and being aware, like being mindful and awareness. Got one question for you though. In the midst of being mindful, are you mindful or is your mind full?
Your mind is full. And that's what causes that overload sometimes. Your mind is full.
Mike, you just gonna sit back in the pose?
Yeah. You know he gotta do it.
You know what I'm saying? Every opportunity.
I had to. You know what I'm saying? I felt like Goldie the Mac when I said that. You know what I mean?
You got some Michaelisms.
You know what I'm saying?
Michaelisms.
Yeah. But anyway, but now it's just one of them things, man. Well, like, think about it. Like, we use that little. It's a picture that actually depicts, is your mind? Are you mindful? Where you're walking you're enjoying life, the sunshine, the trees, and nature, or is your mind full? And it's full of everything that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep to the time you leave your body, astral projections, and then return, and then to come back into the world that you back at. Anyway,
I get you.
I get that.
But I'm just saying, but it's just
What your mind is full with, it's called a lot of times it's called blockage. You know what I'm saying? You're not conducting. Well, that depends on the person. Whether they're constantly leaving on their mind or putting on their minds. So not be mindful about themselves and how to function, remembering how to function. But it's hard to remember if you always have something on your mind that really doesn't even belong there to begin with. You have to be responsible for what you put in your mind, and what you take out. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of that balance. You got to have a balance. You got to have a balance.
You have to have a balanced diet.
What did she say?
Mental diet.
Well, I'll go ahead and give you all the wrap on this, and we could talk from there, but let me give you all the wrap of what this article says. It kind of put it in a nutshell of preventing the mental exhaustion, taking regular time off, taking short vacations or single mental days, and to head off that exhaustion, make time for self-care, building time into your week for a routine of rest, exercise, and enjoyable activities that can help you be more prepared for the tougher challenges that life throws your way. Rest when you're sick. Some people don't do this. Whether you're dealing with mental or physical symptoms, allow yourself time to rest and regain strength. Trying to power through without any downtime generally only leave you feeling worse. Yeah, I can say that.
I find that.
Yeah. I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that one. Stay connected to loved ones. Maybe you already know your loved ones can't do anything to change your situation, but still, don't forget the power of a compassionate listener. Simply talking through what's on your mind can help. It might lead you to a solution of your own. And then the last one is know when to say no. Taking on more responsibilities when you're already overwhelmed can offer a non-stop route to mental exhaustion. If you dislike the abruptness of no, you might try, I can't, maybe next time, or I'm not available to help at the moment. Just something like that.
It's only one way to tell it. Hey, can I have you? That's when you hit them with, hell no.
Sometimes, yeah.
Hey, they're gonna be like, say what? What you say? I said, hell no.
Hey, we gotta pull out that Miss Sophia. We gotta pull out that Sophia. Gotta pull it out.
Now, Paul, it was that Mew. It wasn't that Mew. It wasn't. Now ain't no fist hit me here. It wasn't that Mew. It was that Mew. Hey, man, but I say that to be funny, but like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm one of them people that has it that finds it hard to say no. I'm like, because I'm an acts of service kind of person.
Right.
But like that could be your delivery. That could be like your sense of re-energizing.
Right, but we don't like when you don't say no. Do you know how much extra that you're putting on yourself? Right. So when we say learn to say no, that's not something that people can just do. You know what I mean? Because of who they are, their character, they want to be accommodating, they want to be pleasing, or they want to be helpful.
It's a matter of will.
Right, yeah.
It's a matter of will. It's either you will or you won't, either you do or you don't. We all have a choice.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what our character is. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot in terms of how to treat ourselves and realize who was taken from us and not even contributing. You know what I'm saying? We have enough discernment at this age and putting up with what we continuously choose and sometimes have to put up with. We learn and we know at this point in our lives when to say, hell no, I'm good. I need me. You don't need me. I need me right now. Okay? So once that becomes apparent, they'll learn how to respect those parameters. But until you keep your mouth, as long as you keep your mouth closed, everything that's energetic is going to come out of it. Everything. What you do, what you say, and it's not going to be for the benefit of you, it's for them. And it's only for them because you keep allowing them to come in. So, yeah.
And I get that. So I guess the thing is, this article, this subject tonight, overall, we wanted to give people some information when they say when you know better, you do better. Because sometimes people think that they're alone in feeling exhaustion and feeling fatigue and feeling like they can't say no and feeling like different things. So hopefully we've been able to impact someone tonight or someone watching the show at a later time that it's okay to do things for oneself to relieve that exhaustion, physical, mental, emotional exhaustion. It's okay to do things to prevent, and it's okay that you feel a certain way inside because there's so many people out there who feel it and they're just not talking about it. And that's what the purpose was tonight. Let's talk, because folks are bottling all this inside and it's unhealthy. And we all know of people who are not waking up the next day. We know people who are having strokes and heart attacks and everything. So it's good to talk about this stuff.
It's breeding stillbirths. It's breeding stillbirths. That's exactly what it does.
Smile in your eyes.
You're creating something that has no life. We're not surrounding ourselves with enough people that's keeping us energetic. Though that's not their responsibility at all anyway. You know what I'm saying? So me, it's like, who is your team of T cells? Who's your team of T cells? You dig? Who's out there fighting these free radicals?
Yeah, your T cells, and if you're out there with random T cells, is your Resident Evil?
Hey, bro, wait, what?
Yes. You know what? I just hope that we were able to something that we said resonated with people who are feeling something and that they have been able to see themselves in us and the things that we've said, and and that it resonates in some way that they can find a way to change it, because we don't want any more people to unnecessarily leave the body because of stress and anxiety and all that kind of stuff,
And let me just say one thing.
Like, you are not alone. Everybody's going through something right now.
That's right.
Exactly. Let me just say one thing real quick. Let me just hit people with a reminder. We touched on subjects. We're going to do that, but make no mistake, we're not experts. We just have experience.
There you go.
All right? That's just what it is. So
exactly.
No PhD requirements or prerequisites and all this. So y'all ain't got the platform. You're not qualified. This right here lets me know that I'm qualified. That's alone. I'm living and I'm learning. And I don't owe that to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm breathing for me.
Exactly. Thank you. Mike, you had something before we wrap this segment?
I don't know. I just got so like mystified at Rick's words of grace. You know what I mean? No. It's just one of them things. All I was going to do was either elaborate or piggyback off what Rick was saying and what some of us are always saying, right? You get those moments and those things that take life completely out of you to where you just ain't got no energy to do anything more, but yet you still finding some type of strength to try to satisfy or accommodate certain folks. You know what I mean? When you think about it, and I think I said this either earlier today or yesterday, but you know what I'm saying? Self-thought equals the fact that you can be self-taught. You know what I mean? So we've already talked about this, right? So you think about yourself, then you can teach yourself once you realize that it is you need to be taken care of. So as far as them coping mechanisms, when it comes to feeling tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired, and all of these things, man, learn to say no. And a lot of times we say that and then we just don't apply it, but try it. You don't say it and you don't apply it, but go ahead and try it. And I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel real good inside when you tell somebody no and you just cleared off a whole next week because you said no to somebody. You know what I mean? Just say no. And watch them get mad at you. And you know what? You say, well, I'm gonna enjoy my Saturday. Because if I had said yes, I wouldn't have no Saturday.
What?
That's right. That's right. There you go.
Then you're gonna have a whole song and dance of no.
Hey, Margo, can you do the hell no? Like you go.
No, yeah, to the no, yeah.
You keep saying yes. You keep saying yes. They won't respect you. They if you don't exercise no.
I have that problem.
They won't respect you with your yes.
But not saying
Tanya can
no.
tell you.
Yeah.
Tanya can tell you I have that problem.
Yeah. We're gonna work on that.
I'm good for telling you. Oh yeah, come on. Yeah, come on, yeah, you can do this. Yeah.
On their way here, you be like, damn, they pull up fast.
That's true.
They can't wait to drain you.
We gotta work on saying that no, that NO for the healthier you, YOU, And on that note, we're gonna go to break real quick. We know when we come back, you all will talk about your next week, but if you want to throw in any roastings or anything like that, whatever y'all want to do, we can. I'm just trying to move us out of this because us, we're talking again for another hour on this right here. It's all moving us along. So that
we didn't even talk about coping strategies.
Yeah,
coping to me, coping sounds.
We did talk about the whole thing. That's the whole list.
I'm saying because we cover certain things. But if we, we could just go coping. Hey, coping strategies, and that's a whole nother 3 hours. So,
coping doesn't sound helpful at all. Coping to me is like a temporary treat. It's just a treatment, but it doesn't fix anything.
Right.
You're not dealing with
coping is like surviving in the madness. That's what it feels like sometimes.
Coping is surviving in the moment or the duration of said experience.
Of the madness. Because to me, I feel like we're surviving, we're coping with a
Trying to
lot
steal
of the
my moment.
madness
I
that
thought
we're
I had
seeing.
came on to some shit, girl. I thought I was.
He thought he came to another moment to sit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I thought I was magical in my moment there, but obviously it wasn't.
I had to just. I'm sorry. It had to. It piggybacked on what I was saying.
She like, yeah, plagiarism. Stop. Just go on. I already said it.
Hey, bro, she stole the ball in the middle of your layup. You know what I'm saying?
I pulled a robbery. Let's pull a robbery. You know?
Air ball. It's fake. I'm out of there. Okay. I'm going back on the bench, coach. I'm going back on the bench, coach. I'm out.
I'm just giving y'all a chance to get to your playtime if y'all want to have playtime. Because you know what? When we're at this 3-hour form mark where we are now, and then we talk for this for a little bit, and then y'all go into that other mode, it gets longer and longer. Yeah. So I'm just trying to keep us regulated so it gives you places to go.
It get what? What it get?
I don't know what I said.
I don't know. I was trying to get you to say what you said. It gets
longer.
Nothing, man. For you to be an introvert, you just showcased a silly side that we rarely see. You know what I mean?
This is what an introvert does. Yeah. That's what
I'm an extroverted introvert. I'm an extroverted introvert. That's what it is. Y'all, hey, we'll be back in a minute. Let's go. My system.
What it is.
On your side. Did it play at all on your side? Because it locked up on my side.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we can hear you.
It played the whole thing play?
Yeah, we can hear you.
The whole thing played? No, I mean, did the commercial play the whole way?
The commercial played and we can hear you.
Yeah, the whole thing on my side didn't do any of that. So here's my other one. Let's go. At least I got that one because at the first commercial, I didn't see anything. And again, that was Next Level Driving School. And of course, Tandiland. So we are back. And as we head towards that wrap now, are y'all roasting tonight? Or are y'all going to wrap it up tonight?
Let's just do what comes natural. If we roast, we roast until we got that fire. So we're going to see what happens.
I said, well, let me just get here. Well, this is y'all's time to talk about what you have coming up. And so if you go into any other places, that's going to be totally on y'all. So we're going to shut up, Michael. I don't know what he's laughing at. I don't know what he's laughing at, but it's something. So Veronica, we'll start with Veronica. Veronica, what you got coming up?
Nothing really big. Just trying to take care of my business, take care of everything that I got to take to with this house. Still trying to get it done. That's about all.
All right. All right. Cool. Well, we're all in that exhaustion stage, so we're all moving like that tonight. Anyway, I feel like that's how I'm moving for sure. Margo, what do you have coming up?
I have a 3-day weekend. But besides that, I have some research that I have to do on a project pretty much, I have a repair coming soon for that water heater finally.
Oh,
It's,
good.
it's a nice little price that I'm just like, my pockets are screaming, but it needs to be done. And then I might even get some nature, and then be inspired to do some writing or some arts and whatever comes to my liking at the time being. But I definitely plan on trying to get that sunlight. That's definitely important, because last couple of days just kind of been inside. It got a little cooler here, so physical activity is definitely what I'm gonna push myself to try to get out and do.
Cool.
That's about it.
All right. Thanks, Margo. Miss Bridget, what's the snapshot of your week ahead?
Kids, and more kids on this 3-day weekend. Try to stay sane, because they're already driving the ball. Like, they keep running back and forth in here every few minutes, asking questions and trying to sign the Disney, and Mama, can you sign me up for this and that, and have auditions we have to try to practice for this weekend. My girls are in a talent show, so trying to practice with them this weekend. Packing, trying to find a house while packing, trying to throw stuff away while packing. I have a full schedule.
I totally understand. Totally understand.
I'm enjoying this countdown. Yeah.
Rickalicious.
I enjoy my time. My 3, 4, 5 hours here, because Lord knows.
Yeah, this is a stress reliever to just sit and talk to the adults and laugh and everything. It really is, So yeah. Rickalicious, what you got coming up this week?
Yo, I have more gang of scripts to read, to deliver, to upload. This venture it's very challenging. It's making me push myself from the paycheck to paycheck way of life, way of thinking and living. It's a lot of responsibility. This opportunity that I have for myself. No one has given it to me, and it's very pleasing that I'm going about it finally. And in this returned, it is definitely returned. So I'm just practicing, going through scripts, uploading them, editing what sounds good, what is me, what is not me, or if it is not me, perhaps I can play off of that. But just just testing myself and challenging myself amongst other things. But yeah, it's hard work, but it's worth it. So yeah, it's happening. It's happening.
Cool. Thanks, Rick. Mister. Turn them loose. What you got?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mike. Stop, okay? But now, man, look, I ain't doing shit.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Like I'm retired. I ain't doing nothing. Like I'll be in the lab trying to finish up some projects, some songs. Maybe something else depending on the task I get. But other than that, man, I'm going to the VA hospital and getting my blood drawn, or getting regular checkups and stuff like that, because I'm I walk up a flight of stairs and my heart be beating 120, 130 miles an hour. That'll scare the hell out of you, man. You know what I mean? It scared the hell out of me. I was like, hold up. I feel every heartbeat. I feel the influx and the outflux of my heart. And I don't think I'm supposed to feel all that. Yeah. Just from walking up a flight of stairs. So something's seriously wrong. And make you set up a doctor's appointment real quick. So that whole health and that exhaustion thing, it does affect man, but it does affect your physical health, man, or your physical, your physical side too. So you can, you can basically expand into other types of exhaustion just by experiencing a few. You know what I mean, or one or two, I should say. You know what I mean. So definitely try to take care of that and manage that as best you can when you're doing all that. But for me, I ain't doing nothing. I don't like. I'm like that song. Was it being single? I don't do much. I just be sick. That's it. I'm keeping it simple, man. That's about it. Taking classes, going to school, just kind of doing the whole learning thing and occupying my mind to try to learn something new, different. Just because I ain't got nothing else to do, man. So I'm just trying to learn. Now that I'm retired, I'm learning how to be unexhausted.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's a word, but it sounded good. It feels good when I said it.
Well, it's a new one now. It's one tonight. It's one tonight.
It's qualified.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mike. When you
for me,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say for me, I'm doing the packing. I'll be doing the moving stuff. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Because Rick keeps.
We can hear you.
Saying that.
Bridget's on the phone with somebody.
I'm yelling at my kids. Like,
okay.
Yeah. I am mad. I'm mad.
You're mad, but yeah, we can hear you.
The packing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
we can.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
I keep hearing a start and a stop of the. Yeah, there's a start and a stop of the sound. That's why I keep because I can tell my reception is going in and out. But anyway, I'll be starting my soul spotlight again soon. I really just needed to take a moment to work on the look of the show. I've been working on that whole thing. I'll finish Who Spiked the Tail. I've just really been taking a moment for that. I'll be doing a lot of things on computer this weekend, in addition to packing. Also, I've been on this thing. I did my weigh-in earlier this week because I am on my quest for more weight loss because we have things coming this spring. We'll talk about it in the after show. And I said, you know what? I got to continue on this quest of healthy. So that's what I've been working on as well. So y'all better be ready now. Yeah, come on. We're gonna talk about
Hey,
it.
you said you had a love for the computer, or you had a computer love?
Man,
okay. I have a lot to work. It froze. I didn't hear none of that.
Our work though. Come on, man. You gave it away.
I missed all that. And see, that's why another reason why I'm like, let's just go ahead and get out. My reception is bad tonight. I think we're all experiencing something. So I'm ready. I'm about ready for that wrap because this reception is driving me bananas tonight. I'll be like, y'all be laughing. I'll be like, what are they laughing about? It's so that's I've had that all night. It's been doing that for me.
Yeah, you missed some live heat, but don't worry about it. We're gonna wrap it up. Go ahead, girl. Don't take control of your show, girl.
Okay, well, we're about to come back and wrap it up in just a moment. What you say, Ron?
They're gonna get you.
Okay. Oh, what y'all gonna get me about? I didn't do nothing.
You're on that slow pill tonight. Y'all ready to music thing.
Okay. I can't understand what the hell y'all
and now she said,
go ahead on and wrap it up because they get ready to burn you. Go ahead on and wrap it up.
Okay, let me get out of this.
Hey, but the sad part is she don't know Veronica talking about us or the people. Like
I'm talking about them two right there. Them two right there.
A lot of it, these two. Well, that's right. We're going to my social media in a break. Hey, we'll be back in just a second.
I feel safe already just from reading that promo. I like that.
They let us
You know what I'm
teach you
saying?
how to drive safe.
Yeah, they
So,
put you in a race
that's
car and
next-
say, "Let me teach you how to drive safe." You know what I mean?
That's
That's what I'm
next level
talking
driving
about.
school.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like next
Uh-huh.
level. We taking you beyond.
Take it to the next level.
You know
You
what
know,
I'm
well, they
saying?
got some things coming up. You're going to see some things as we go into the future here. It's one of my clients and the sponsor for the show. So you'll see some things in a moment. They might even put you into play. Okay, here's my social media, y'all. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Art Imitates Live with Tanya Dixon. So be sure to like and subscribe. And also check us out on all of our other social media. You know, like over here, and I've been a little bit just kind of out tonight because a lot of these commercials, if it's long enough, I catch the end of it. But if it's short, I ain't seeing a lot of it over here because the reception is just that kind of crazy tonight. So still in it. So y'all, but thank you. First of all, when it comes to Next Level Driving School, our sponsor, they're one of two in the whole state of Georgia that have the dual steering wheels. And so if you're here in Georgia and you would like to learn to drive, they do have the dual steering wheels, and they also have financing through Aspire. So if your kid needs to drive or you yourself don't know how to drive, give them a call. Next Level Driving School, 770-800-RIDE. All right. So all of you who have tuned in tonight, I appreciate it. I'm going to hit my hand.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
What you say?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. I tell you, my theory's been crazy. But, I want to people out there who would like to be a guest on the show or who have some comments or want to send us anything to know that you can reach out to us anytime. You can hit us on our Tandiland at info@tandiland.com. That's TANDILAND. And you know what? I'm going to start putting it on the screen. I meant to do it before the show. And that's one of the things. Remember, I kept saying, there's something I'm forgetting. That's what I forgot. So next week, we're going to do that. And also, if you want to hit us on Gmail, you hit us at Tandy Girl. You see in the corner? Tandy Girl, AIL at gmail.com. So be sure to check us out. And like I said, coming up, Soul Spotlight going to be, I don't know about next week, but pretty soon we'll go back to having Soul Spotlights again. And then also we're going to be doing all kinds of things here in the living room and a lot of surprises coming up. So you'll have to stay tuned, keep it locked here and see what it is that we have to do. But I thank everyone for tuning in. I thank you for everyone for being here. And as I always say in parting, good things come to those who believe. Better things come to those who are patient. But the best things come to those who never give up. I'm Tanya Dixon, and this is the living room team here. And thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all so much. And you all out there have a beautiful week. And we'll see you next time on Art Imitates Live. Y'all have a good one now.
Be safe.